I just want to know because if there's some new technology on the radio that you know about, I need to learn.
Well, it's good to know that I'm getting crap from you after just meeting you for the first time. That's fantastic. But you know what I mean? Like I don't really buy the records anymore, but I really wanted to hear it. And Put the Knife Away is such a great song. And so talk about the Goldfinger record and how that works these days. I mean, obviously a gigantic chunk of these ideas are yours, but talk about how Mike and Moon weigh in and make it the Goldfinger record altogether.
I had a lot of the ideas kind of mapped out. Travis Barker played on the record, who's my neighbor. So I kind of had the song, the bulk of the songs kind of done. And then these guys came in when we were rehearsing for that 1 week of LA shows when we played with Travis. And I basically said, whatever you want to do, play your own parts, write your own guitar parts and everything. And they just kind of played on top of Travis's beats that already existed. I had most of my vocals done. Mike sang on probably half the record and Moon sang on the other half. And so I felt like it was a conglomeration of all of us.
Yeah.
But it was a long, I mean, I took 2 years to write this album. So Am I Deaf is probably more like 6 years old. And that was the oldest song. Because, I mean, it's been 10 years since we put out a record.
We played that song live, I think, 3 years ago. So
that's amazing how that comes together. But I mean, I don't want my band to release an album every year. I want them to release them whenever they've got the best 12 or 13 or 14 or whatever that case may be. So if it's got to be another 2 years, that's fine.
Yeah, thank you.
Like you need my approval.
Well,
but,
no, but thank you. But I think that perspective gives you so much. And like I'm now older than I was 10 years ago. And I know what Goldfinger is more now than I did 20 years ago.
Sure.
You know, we had sort of growing pains. Our first record was a very ska punk album. Second album was like this kind of Beach Boys venture. Hang-Ups was kind of all over the place.
Hey! Good morning, everybody. Hello, Scott, and hello, Rafe, and hello, Lern, and hello, Moon.
Energy up.
Hi, Rizz.
Howdy, everybody. It's Wednesday.
Oh.
And how are we feeling? We feeling good?
Man.
All right. Scott's got his train conductor outfit on for some reason.
He
does.
He's going to run a
Notice
train
that.
later. It's pretty neat.
Yeah. I'm just always ready to, in case I need help on the tracks there.
Isn't the trolley starting soon? Maybe he's got a second job.
When does the trolley get
You know
going?
what? I actually wrote it down in my day planner because I'm so excited. I think it's coming
Loop
up.
Trolley. Let's see here. When are we?
Truly.
When are we going to ride the loop trolley?
I'm telling you right now. I can tell you.
Loop trolley announces
May
season.
1st.
Oh, we are coming up.
Yeah.
It is
We
happening.
are less than 1 month away from...
Countdown.
The trolley will run from May 1st through October 26th. We'll be open Thursdays through Sundays, 11 to 7. Scott's getting ready.
I am. I'm excited.
Hey, are you getting ready for the Mother's Day brunch?
Yes. Yep. Been working on my jams.
Yeah, we got the Mother's Day brunch coming up on it's May the 10th.
The Saturday before actual Mother's Day.
No, the Mother's Day I think is the 11th, right? Or no?
That's what I mean. That's a Sunday.
So Sunday the 11th is Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Word to your mothers. And then Saturday the 10th, we're at the City Winery. Your chance to get the new limited edition Riesling wine. And we're going to do something nice for all the mothers out there. And Scott's going to serenade everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With an acoustic performance.
Yeah. And I'm pretty excited. It's a good set so far.
Well, what do you got? What kind of songs are you practicing?
It's, I mean, since it's me on my lonesome, it's really good singer-songwriter kind of song. So
Well,
I've
I want
thrown
some
in some new
songs.
ones.
Jackson Brown.
Let's see here. Let me throw you. I got my list here.
So this is, you are serenading all the moms in the crowd.
Yeah, very important
with
people.
A very special acoustic performance. I know, Rafe and Lern were not on the show then, but he did this up at a Valentine's Day shindig we had a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how'd that go?
And it was okay. It was all right.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you did good.
Very nice.
It was awesome.
Wow, what
Did
a
good.
great review.
Are you
Hey,
just
you
doing
did good.
covers, or
What
is
do you
it-
want?
No, that's it.
What do you want from me?
No, that's fine.
That, I mean, that was a stupid
It's not
review,
grunge.
but-
I apologize.
It was a Valentine's Day thing. You did a bunch of love songs, maybe an original or two, but it was like some classics. It was a couple that I haven't heard in that format that I was like, whoa, this is awesome. You're misremembering. It was freaking great.
Well, thank you, man.
Well, and also, I mean, I think we should auction off Rafe to any single moms in the crowd.
Whoa.
Just to have like a little fun with them. You know what I'm saying? Like some people need a new stepdaddy, and I think your stepdaddy's right here.
I'll do it for the show.
I mean,
Oh, if you guys need a stepdaddy,
a zaddy.
day.
a step zaddy.
Yeah,
Ugh,
he's right here.
gross.
Yeah, baby.
Like-
Scott,
$1.
I want to hear what songs you're practicing.
Okay, there's the Coat of Many Colors, because I figured everyone wants a Dolly jam. And it's the one about Mama making her a little coat.
Okay.
I thought that was nice. I'm not going to give them all away because I want some good surprises in there. A song called South Dakota Wild One from the Des Londes. But his song is so good.
What?
Trust me, it's going to be a hit, and I think everyone's going to
Is
love
it in Spanish?
No.
Oh,
no.
bummer.
The group is called
Yankee Rose.
Yeah,
The
Riley
group is called
Downing
Des
and the
Londes?
Des Londes or something like that. Lady Bird from Nancy Sinatra. Let's see here. We got One Headlight.
Oh, from the Wallflowers?
Yeah, Still Rail Blues from Gordon Lightfoot.
Oh, what about Sundown? It's one of
You
our
want
shows.
Sundown?
Yeah, can you play that for us?
He is taking requests.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay, let me do that.
Can you do a little bit of a chop suey, please?
He is taking
course.
requests.
Yeah.
So
I love
Sundown from
Sundown.
Gordon Lightfoot.
I would like to hear the acoustic King Scott version of System of a Down, please.
I would like to hear Ice Ice Baby Word to Your Mother acoustically. I don't know.
You know
if
what?
That would be
Not
nice.
a
Ooh,
bad
that would be a
idea.
good acoustic jam.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Well, if you're doing Lightfoot, you might as well do the 22-minute unedited version of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
I thought about that.
Of course.
I don't know if it might be too fast and upbeat. What I'm going for. That would be awesome.
Well, Scott, listen.
Well, Free Falling's
He
the
did
other one.
one
It's good to be
song.
king.
Here's what I'm thinking. You know, this is coming up, so you got 1 month to go.
Yeah.
You know, it's April 9th. The event is May the 10th, City Winery. Get your tickets now. All the details at 1057thepoint.com. But maybe the week before, maybe you bring the guitar in and maybe you pull something on the air.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you think?
I would love that. I'll
I
work
would
on
love
Ice
for you-
Ice
I
Baby.
would
Maybe
love for
that's
you to
the
do
one.
it.
Okay.
me too.
Me too. I haven't done that in a while. It feels good.
Yeah, come on. You know, bring the guitar.
La 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 la. I'm ready.
Bring the guitar and then come, serenade St. Louis. Not just the moms at City Winery,
Okay.
Yeah.
but serenade the city of St. Louis.
I want to swoon everyone, so this will be good.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm excited. There's some really fun songs in here and stuff like Moon said you probably haven't heard in a long, long time
Or maybe never.
Ever.
or ever.
Or maybe
I'm
never.
trying to introduce a couple of new songs that I think should be hits, and I've come across and I'm like, well, these are pretty rad.
Dude, the greatest thing you did at that Valentine's thing was you and Mark, and one of you was harmonizing, the other was doing the lead, and you were kind of switching back and forth, and you guys did Let's Duet from the Dewey Cox story.
Yes.
And they
I
did
missed
it
that.
flawlessly.
Yeah.
I mean, you know the song I'm talking about.
I do,
right?
yes.
I mean, it's
I do.
Yeah.
one of the best written songs of the last 20 years.
Well, I was thinking of I might do It's a Beautiful Ride this time.
It's a beautiful ride.
Great song.
Close.
Yes, great song.
Great song.
All right, so listen. The week before, we'll get you on the air. We'll get you.
That'll be awesome.
We'll get you on the air to do a little acoustic jam.
Are you going to dress
People of
up?
St. Louis.
Oh yeah.
I want you in some sort of beautiful white linen suit.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you have anything like that.
I
but
don't.
That would be lovely. Pastel.
Yeah, this seems like a collared shirt event.
He's always dressed up.
Yeah.
He's the best dressed one of the whole group.
I know.
Every day he
But
comes
I-
in here looking sharp in
Well, thank you.
a unique sort of way.
I would like to have more decadence,
I mean, it's Mother's Day.
It's Mother's
I mean,
Day.
go
Word to
all
your
out.
mother.
Go
Time
above
to
and
put your,
beyond.
put your best foot forward for the moms out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're
I
Saturday's
will not-
best.
We all
Again,
came from a mother.
I will not wear a tracksuit.
Saturday, May 10th at the City Winery.
No, I'm excited.
Get your Riesling wine.
Yeah, come out. It's gonna be
Nice
great.
little brunch. Celebrate the moms and King Scott Acoustic.
Do we have a menu about what brunch will entail? Like, will there be mimosa?
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Will there be French toast, brioche? Will there be
What I've been
avocado
told
toast?
is
All the
let's see
breads.
Here.
Pancakes, waffles, crepe.
It is a special Mother's Day brunch. I don't know what that means. I don't know
Fresh fruit.
what will be served, but I'm
That
sure
would
it's going to be great.
special.
I'm sure it's going to be great and
Sausage.
special. Want to make you aware of a video that we watched before the show today. Paul Bear's Fallen to Grave. Anybody interested
Very much so.
Cue it up.
in seeing that? Moon, if you would, pull that up.
Coffin flop.
Coffin Flop 2025. Here we go.
Funeral in Philly took a shocking turn when pallbearers carrying a casket fell into the grave after a platform above the burial site collapsed.
Hey man, the entire family wanted to join them. Isn't that like a tradition or something? Like some people throw themselves into the grave?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
The
common.
Italians.
The Italians, no.
Yeah,
Is this
on
just
the
a
edge of
prediction?
Sicily, women, when the coffins would come back from sea, they would lose their minds.
I thought it was a Jewish thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I don't know. It's women.
Yeah, I think that's a prediction of the future there.
I mean, look at this thing.
The pallbearers were carrying the casket of a guy named Benjamin Alves when the wooden platform gave way, sending them and the casket into the grave.
Watch this. All of them just whoop,
All in.
the
Okay.
whole thing.
Some pallbearers were trapped under the weight of the casket.
Yeah, the ones in the front really got the.
The brunt of it. The guy's son, the guy who died, his son sustained the worst injuries.
Ah.
His face was in the mud. They all got hurt. Hands, legs, backs, everybody covered in mud.
Well, I just
what
saw.
Dad would
I just
want.
saw this guy go in late, so they all sink in, and then this other guy kind of on the end.
That's the son.
Oh, they're older folks.
Big
this-
guy.
Wait. Whoop. There's like a second guy over here.
The big guy at the front's his son, and he gets the worst of it.
Aw.
Yeah, that last guy looked like he fell in just because he didn't want to be the one guy
He's
that
like,
didn't
wait for
fall in.
me.
He looked like he sandbagged a little. Play that back. Watch the guy on the back left. He kind of goes in late, like, oh yeah, we all
I'll
fell
go- I'll
in.
go
See,
in
we're
too.
all in this together.
Y'all okay?
He was fine. He let go of the coffin, and then he tried to act like he didn't.
The family is demanding an apology and a refund from the
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and assume.
from the cemetery. I don't know. Is that refund worthy? When the pallbearers fall into the grave?
If that's not what is.
I don't know, man. No refund. Sorry.
The casket went in the ground. I don't know what you want.
Yeah, that's what you came here for. Yeah,
Oh my
I guess it was
gosh.
a wooden thing around it.
I wonder if that guy ever said, like, I'm going to take you to my grave with me. And
Could
like, he
be.
really did.
Despite the chaos, he was eventually laid to rest. However, the family is demanding an apology and a refund for what they described as a disastrous burial.
Hey, dude. I mean,
Funny though.
sadly,
Funny, yeah. At least add a little excitement to.
Yeah, I mean,
Somber
you
experience.
get a little distance between this event.
We'll all laugh at it.
Yeah, it'll be something they'll always be remembered.
can I ask? I mean, sadly, I've been to a few of these things, and I've seen the holes multiple times.
Yeah.
Is it that big all the time? Look how big that hole is, dude.
Well, I wonder if it's
Yeah.
one of those where the wife and husband, are laid next to each other.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know why they'd have to dig such a big
Right.
one for both. If
Yeah, it's a big ass hole.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's huge. Is it always that big?
I don't know. That seems like an exceptionally large hole.
Well, I mean, it has to be obviously much bigger than the casket because of the lowering thing, lowering mechanism with the
Right.
straps and the bars. So it has to be at least that wide. But this thing is like 6 times
It's
bigger than
industry
your.
standard.
I guess.
I don't know.
okay.
Sometimes they put the coffin later inside of a. There's like a bigger metal.
Right.
I don't know what you'd call it. Not a
The vault.
like a vault. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you put the coffin inside the metal vault.
Stay in there.
So they might be digging a vault-sized hole.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But, for what would be a normally somber, boring event, let's just call it what it is.
Okay.
Little excitement. Little excitement coming to a funeral, right? It should be a thing.
It's a rare thing when there's excitement at a
Well,
funeral.
it should be a thing. Like every 100 funerals, somebody should fall into. This way, you don't know if you're going to be at one of those funerals.
Yeah, this is good.
It is always kind of strange. Who was the first guy to think about putting that AstroTurf down? I noticed at the last funeral I was at, where they put the little AstroTurf, the fake grass around the hole, so it looks pretty.
Right.
Well, I think it's to cover the
Well,
in case
it's
it rains.
mud
There's
and
mud.
dirt.
I bet it was a woman,
I get what it's
honestly.
for, but I want to know who the first person was to be like, "Hey
Let's
man,
class this up a little bit.
let's go down to Busch Stadium's going to grass field. I'm gonna go get a piece of the turf."
Maybe it's because you had to walk towards it and they were like, we want to be a little bit more respectful of people's feet, pallbearer, or being a pallbearer to, the funeral.
Yeah, and there's heels and all
And
that.
there's heels. When was AstroTurf invented? Probably very much after that.
Whoa.
I don't know, but yeah, put the video out if people want to watch it. All the pallbearers fall into the grave. I went out to dinner last night with the family, and there was an older couple that was sitting at a couple tables over. Had to have been in their 70s. Very rude to the waitress. And this was at a Chinese restaurant, so there was a language barrier for sure. But you could tell these older folks were not having it. They were not having it when it came to the waitress not understanding exactly what their needs and wants were. Have a little grace, they had none. Which had me thinking, what made up societal rules should we just because the whole respect your elders thing?
Yeah.
You know, there's a rule, respect your elders.
Right.
Some of the nastiest people I've ever met are over the age of 70.
Yeah.
Right.
Stupid people live a long time sometimes.
Some of the nastiest people I've met are over the age of 70. And I'm thinking, man, the whole respect your elders thing, it shouldn't be a blanket statement.
Well, it doesn't mean that you know.
Shouldn't start there.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should.
Respect is earned, not given, Moon.
I disagree there.
Respect is earned, not given.
I think that
You're going to push back on that?
Well, yeah, I think respect your elders has nothing to do with allowing someone to abuse you.
Good job, you survived to be a dinosaur.
Or
Good
any
job.
of that. No,
Pat on the back.
No, I think it's a good thing to have. Let's not associate, tolerating abuse with respecting elders. Those are two totally different things. You can respect your elders and not give somebody the total right to walk all over you.
I don't like it.
Age.
I don't like it. And these people were definitely jerks in their 70s. No respect there from me.
What a bummer. What were they doing?
They were just being nasty.
Chirping about everything?
About everything. And then when they walked away, when the server walked away, they were being loud just to, get attention. You know what I mean? You know those people?
Yeah. What a bummer.
Where their problems had to be everybody's problems. Do you think putting a napkin on your lap is that an antiquated thing?
I do it sometimes. Like if I'm out at fancy dinner, I'll put my napkin in my lap.
Well, I do it if I'm anywhere. I thought that was the standard. What do you mean antiquated?
No, I'm just saying these made up society. These are not written down everywhere. When you put your napkin on your lap.
I would say elbows on the table or something we could just give up.
I agree.
I like elbows on the table are considered rude, but also sometimes it can be kind of hot. Like you could be gazing at your person.
Yeah,
with your
elbows up, like you're leaning
up.
in.
Right. A little cleave. Cool.
It goes both ways, too. It's hot when a chick does it, hot when a guy does it, I think. My elbows are on the table and I'm leaning forward. I'm making eye contact. I'm really intensely listening to what my date is saying to me.
Right.
I don't be sitting there.
I'm okay with it.
I know.
You guys didn't go through cotillion, I guess.
I didn't.
No.
I don't even know what that is, dude. That sounds like a game you play on your computer PC.
Cotillion to me sounds like a game that you play making it through the KFC menu. The cotillion.
A cotillion. Do you know what that is, Rafe? It's like an etiquette class.
Oh.
I bought the Liv Tyler
My bad.
etiquette book when it came out because Liv Tyler and her fancy grandmother, B.B. Buell's mom, they wrote this beautiful book about manners. And I read it. And
did you learn anything?
I did. And you know what? I'm actually going to reread it because I forgot everything I learned. But it was good. And it was all these very, I would say, antiquated type of things you're talking about here.
My mother-in-law had, what's it called? It was she's from the South. And they did
They still tuck their napkins in their shirt?
No,
that's really rude.
It was
They
like
didn't put their-
Hoosier.
I want to bring that back.
That's really rude when you tuck your when the linen napkin in
dude,
your
right in your shirt
like
collar.
a class or a school. What was it?
Boarding school.
No. It's like a girls thing where they walk
prep
around.
school.
No,
No,
it's
no,
like
cotillion,
it's the
right?
whole you walk with a book
On your head.
yes.
and
walk straight.
Wife school.
It's etiquette.
Yeah.
No, they were taught the proper what to do when you're
Finishing
having
school,
tea.
isn't it?
Like in a league of their own.
Yes,
We're all having a
what
different
Training the
conversation right
Broadway.
now.
No, we're not, Rafe. It's finishing school. I think you're talking.
Finishing school.
I think that's what you're talking about. That's what Rafe said.
Well, she's talked about it multiple times about they'll.
A private school where girls are prepared for entry into fashionable society.
Hello.
Finishing
Never finished
school.
Finishing school.
Finishing.
Great
Maybe it's called something else in the South.
Let's see if they have those, and maybe we should all take that here in St. Louis.
Should it be acceptable to respectfully decline gifts? Like, why do you have to pretend to like something, take it home, and then save to re-gift later?
That's just nice to do. And it's also the lesser road of hell. Thank you so much.
Dude, I think back in the day, you were the one that told me that I was rude to people when I would decline drinks. People come up and be like, let me buy you a shot. And I'd be like, no, thanks. And you, at one point, you pulled me aside like, that's like the 5th shot I've seen you deny. And that's
I
like,
just
like
wanted
a rude
somebody
thing.
to party with, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, you tricked me?
Right
I just
here.
wanted somebody to party with. Now Lern's on the show. She's with me.
You tricked me?
Yeah.
Oh. So that's not like a societal thing?
It could be. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
You definitely told me that, and it made me feel. And I was like, "Oh,
It's not a societal.
So then I would have to apologize, like
declining
over and over.
somebody buying you a drink.
I'll still accept.
You know what I was kind of daydreaming about last night at band practice? Because, like, when my band plays, people come up and bring me shots, and I normally just down them. I think I'm just going to start lining them up, and then at the end of the show, just blast them one after the other. I had this thought yesterday, and, like, is that more rude? Because I feel like people don't understand what's going on up there, and and people start taking shots with me, and then next thing you know, I'm Ubering home. And I think if I start lining them up on the
your plan is
stage,
to down them and hop in your car
No.
and
Get
home before it
So-
kicks in.
alcohol
My
kicks in?
plan is
line everything
to
up.
line them up that they're not done, and I save, and so people know, like, oh, she's got like 2 up there already. We don't need to be.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay.
Line 'em up,
to
Cheetah.
defer them from. To deter them from bringing you more.
Possibly.
I thought you meant line them up at the end and be like, all right,
let's
Mama, and then hop in the Acura and be like, watch out, Ellisville. I got about 2 minutes till this Jaeger kicks in.
No.
Don't do that. You'll still blow over.
Yeah, it's true.
I like the gift thing. Man, I remember, and I'm very grateful for it. I remember one time when I was a teen, my aunt and uncle, who were very good to me, my uncle got me like a sweater, and it was a nice sweater. It just wasn't my style. It wasn't something that a teenager would wear. And I opened it and like roasted him in front of everyone for it. I was just like, I was unappreciative. I wasn't mean, but I was just like, because usually they knocked it out of the park with gifts. This was just a miss. And I remember like, he took it good spiritedly and everything. And my aunt pulled me aside, dude, and ripped me for it after. And she should have. And I was always grateful for that.
Remember when somebody repeats
like,
the gift back to you, that means they hate it.
I wasn't even like that. I was actively just like, what is this? And I go, it was like a St. John's Bay sweater or something. It was ugly. It looked like a Cosby sweater or something. And I was just like, is this a joke? And I was like, you think I'm going to wear this? And I was like,
You're going to be a comedian.
Theo, I was like doing a bill, and I was just kind of roasting him for it. But he was excited because he thought I was going to like it. It was just a miss. Like, there's nothing worse than when you think you've nailed a gift for someone and they actively show you how much they hate it.
Yeah.
And my aunt pulled me aside and
That's
was
why
like,
I don't give anything to anybody.
well, that's not a good reason.
I don't want to be hurt.
That's a terrible reason.
Can't hide from pain.
But I've always carried that with me where I was like, yeah, I was a jerk that day. She's like, you were being a real jerk, and he loves you very much, and he takes good care of you. And you didn't have to embarrass him like that in front of everybody. And I was just like,
Well, apologize right now.
I go, shut up.
Apologize.
I'm sorry, Uncle. I'm sorry to my uncle who is in heaven. I told him sorry.
All right.
We mended fences. He nailed gifts.
And then
moving
as
forward.
you were carrying his casket,
When I fell into his casket,
When
he was wearing the sweater in the casket.
when I fell into the grave as I was carrying his casket to the burial site. All right.
At his funeral, I put the sweater in the casket with him, and I go, still ugly.
All right, here's a couple questions. Now, speaking of going out to dinner, there's a restaurant in Thailand that's making headlines. They've got what they're calling a controversial discount policy. So this restaurant offers diners a skinny discount of up to 20% if they could squeeze their bodies through increasingly narrow metal bars.
I saw this. It's like for the biggest one, it's 20% or something, right?
Yeah, so the narrower the gap you could fit through, the bigger the discount on your meal.
Because they're assuming that you're going to eat less?
So there are 5 categories. There's ranging from a full 20% off for the smallest slot to no discount if you can only fit through the largest one. And the system has been described as part game, part challenge, and part fat shaming, according to critics. Anybody have a problem with that?
I mean,
It's fun.
It's narrow, man. Like no one on this show can fit through the discount rails or whatever. It is like.
So the video of people
Very
trying to
thin
fit through
people.
these bars has gone viral on Instagram. It shows people attempting to contort themselves through, the spaces while their friends are laughing and heckling. And one woman managed to pass through, a tighter space, prompting one friend to joke, "I didn't think your boobs were going to get you through there."
Right. I think women are at a disadvantage because of their jugs. I'm glad somebody brought it up.
Some people find it funny. I find it funny. Others find it discriminatory.
Oh, it's
Critics slammed it as promoting unhealthy body standards, with one person saying this is so wrong. Let people just enjoy their food.
if only there's other restaurants they could go to and avoid this place.
Right.
Others, thought it was clever, with some even suggesting maybe airlines adopt a similar policy.
Like a discount if you're not over a certain amount of weight.
Yeah.
Huh.
Is it offensive? Does anybody find this offensive?
I mean, it is offensive, yes, to people that are big boned or.
Well, it's
Have
offensive to
eating
people with no sense of
disorders?
humor.
And also them, yes.
As somebody who's probably not eligible for any of these discounts,
Right.
I'm not. Maybe it's goals for me. Maybe, hey, you know what?
Is it goals?
Maybe one day I'll get that 20% off. I'll use it as motivation.
When you weigh 120,
As a card-carrying member of the Big Boned
The Big Bone Club.
Corn-Fed
Boned?
Society,
Big boned.
I can't speak for everyone, but chill. It's funny.
And it's fine.
It's not like they're giving. It's a 20% discount, man.
Yeah, if they were making you pay 20% more if you couldn't fit through it, then maybe
Right.
we'd have an issue here.
Or maybe just go to another restaurant if you don't like it.
I practiced for this when I was a kid, getting out of that Mary McCheese jail we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Squeezing through the bars?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We used to have bars on that big hamburger jail at McDonald's Playland, and I'd try to squeeze through there.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
This shouldn't bother anyone. I mean, I know that it will, but it should not.
I like to save money, though. It bothers me because I do want to save money. Now I got to lose 50 pounds just to get 20% off this feast.
yeah, now you got to go to Groupon.
It's a fun game.
Oh,
Yeah, I see. So the place is called Chiang Mai Breakfast World. Is it I wonder if it's a buffet.
Oh, that makes more sense.
If it's a buffet,
That makes more sense.
that would make more sense.
I
A
mean,
buffet.
whatever. If you want to be insulted, if you want to be offended, you'll be offended. And if you don't, you won't.
Yeah. If you're somebody that gets offended by this,
You're looking for it. I mean,
everything
I
offends you.
hate to say it.
You go through life looking for things to offend you.
Yeah, like you have a choice of what affects your mind. It's your choice.
Like you leave the house looking for something to offend you.
I saw a quote the other day that said, if you're easily offended, you're easily manipulated. And I thought, yeah, that's actually very true. So don't be.
Like
Yeah,
the restaurant's,
it's
quote,
your
skinny
choice.
discount is sparking a huge debate about body image, fairness, and whether gimmicks like this belong in the dining world.
Oh, I'm so glad they're
Gimmicks.
thinking
So
of
is
these
it
deep
fun
thoughts.
marketing or is it crossing the line?
All I know is my parents took full advantage of the Eat Your Weight Thursdays at Ground Round back in the 80s.
Right. So
Eat your way Thursday.
I'm serious, man. They're like, this kid's going to eat for 45 cents. It was
so
a,
the
it
so
was
you
a
throw
cent
the
a
kid on,
pound.
you throw the kid on the scale.
You walk in and your family, it was like a line at Six Flags. Like families would just be lined up in this little atrium thing, and there's a big old school looking scale, and you just line up and put these kids on it. If you're under 11 or under 12, put them on a scale. 45 pounds. He's going to eat for 45 cents today. 80 pounds. He'll eat for 80 cents. It was amazing. And us and our family friends that had 6 kids.
Could everybody see the weight?
Yeah, everybody can see
Different
it.
times.
Dude, it was awesome. He was awesome.
times.
It was us and some of our best friend families who had 6 kids. So in 2
Hey,
families,
Moon, you going to bring that fatty son of yours?
hey man, I was a cheap date that night. I'll tell you, I was a tiny little kid, and me and my brother, we ate for under $1.50.
He's got hormonal problems.
I'm from a big-headed family, so that would, no matter how skinny our body was, we were going to get through these bars anyway.
I don't know. Maybe back then, to have your kid eat for a cheaper price, hey, get outside. Go do some stuff.
Yeah,
Go play.
It's the only time that we ever ate dinner out of the house. That's for sure. Eat your weight.
Eat your weight. Yeah, I don't have a problem with this.
Why isn't there more like Froyo style places to eat like that? Or maybe there are, and I never go to them. Like where you go to Froyo, you build your own sundae of frozen yogurt and toppings, and then you pay the amount of which it weighs. Is there a
in
place
New
like
York
that?
City,
$176.
In New York City, and I got terrible food poisoning off one of these places because
Ew.
it's cheap. They would have these corner stores with these Chinese food buffets.
Bodega buffet.
The Bodega buffet. Ugh. And it was, not really up to health code standards.
Maybe that's why.
You don't say.
And usually the food would be sitting there pretty much all day in probably not properly heated containers.
Yeah.
And in order to really make it look fresh, every once in a while the clerk would just go and take a pair of tongs and just kind of mix
Shimmy.
it around.
Yeah.
Just mix it around just to make it look like it was fresh. I got terrible food poisoning off that. But you would take a plastic clamshell container and you'd fill your, you get whatever, and then you bring it over to the scale, and that's what you pay.
I guess that's similar to like Schnucks salad bars,
Yeah.
and Whole Foods warm bar and all that. Yeah.
I mean, these restaurants have to have these gimmicks sometimes. That's the thing. They don't have money to advertise or whatever. Like,
How are they going to stand out?
You got to have something that's how it works. You wanna change the world.
It's a marketing thing. And you know what? These people are super psyched that they went Instagram viral.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. You want to change the world, you got a long way to go.
This is a restaurant in Thailand that we're talking about here in St. Louis. What restaurateur in this city's got the balls to do this?
Oh, Rizz is putting down the dare.
Who's got the balls to do
Gerard
this?
Kraft, let's go.
Gerard Kraft.
He definitely
He's got
has
a new
the balls.
barbecue place opening up. We just read about.
expat.
He's got another location of expat.
I think they're doing the patio. The
down
opening.
at the Foundry.
Yeah, the outdoor.
Gerard Kraft.
Make it happen.
Put some
20% off discount if I could squeeze through the bars.
Squeeze
He's
the jail
too
bar.
classy for that. You have to, at his speakeasy, none of the above, you got to squeeze through one of the little doors,
Yeah.
that wall that looks like a mechanical wall.
All right, here's another one that people are talking about. How would you feel if your doctor smoked weed in their free time? You okay with it?
They probably do.
There's a debate. There's a debate raging online about this.
I think doctors are just like us. I think they're doing recreational marijuana on the weekends to deal with the stress of their job, and I support it. They're stressed
okay with
out.
it?
Yeah, as long as they're not like super stoner, MD, like Doogie, Brownie Hauser. Like, I hope that he still or she still has like her head on whenever she's at the actual hospital.
So as long as they're not stoned coming into work,
Yeah.
you're okay with them.
Like relaxing in the evenings.
To be honest, I don't care what my doctor does. I don't want to know. I really don't. I have a good rapport with him, and I trust that he separates his personal life from his professional convictions. And if he has knowledge of something that's not good for me, whether he likes doing it or not, I would hope that his Hippocratic Oath and
all his training.
And other things would play into how he's working his job with me as a patient, and he's telling me what's best for my body.
But
And
also,
his personal opinions don't come into play.
medical people do get drug tested often, or at least are
Well, let's say it's
promised
a
to be
private
tested.
practice.
Okay.
There's your WashU doctors, your Barnes doctors, where they may, I don't know what their standards are as far as drug testing goes. Let's say just your regular private practice doctor.
Mm-hmm.
If he is, after work,
I think that's a little
know.
different than a surgeon.
Shout out to someone in the chat that said Doobie Hauser, MD,
Yeah.
because that's very funny.
Doobie Hauser, there was the joke.
I say if it's a surgeon, that's one thing, but if it's just your whatever doctor you go in, they weigh you, they stick something in your nose and get you out of there, then it's like,
Maybe they have medical reasons to be smoking the marijuana. They got glaucoma, you know? Maybe they have their own. I mean, it's not just for civilians that aren't doctors. Medical marijuana and its effects on our bodies in a health-related way sometimes can.
I would trust my
Transfers
doctor
to
more
them.
if he was ripping a vape while he gave me the results of my test. Honestly.
And passed it to you.
Yeah. If he's
Hit
just like,
this.
Hey, you want to hit this?
listen, you got to stop eating so much bacon, dude. Your LDLs are through the roof. I'm just like, all right. Preach, brother. You know?
Now 618 on the Coleman's Campers text line. You know, if it's my family doctor, I don't care. If it's my heart surgeon, I'd rather them not.
Yeah, you're right. When it comes to the surgeon thing, I don't care what kind of surgeon you are. Even if you're operating on my toe or something, I think there probably should be different rules.
yeah, you got to be sharp. Because I worked with one doctor that he liked to party a lot on the weekends. And so often Mondays, somehow magically, the whole day of surgeries he had lined up would be canceled.
You're kidding.
No.
You're
Oh, well,
kidding.
So
Hey,
I'm
you
like,
know what?
this
At
is
least
why
he's-
that's
At
not
least, you know, if he's hungover and had a hell of a weekend, at least he's not.
Yeah, but
operating.
what's still in the
Operating.
system
but
on
then the
Tuesday?
old folks that couldn't eat from X amount that night before, now they had to wait. You know, like they.
Oh
it's a
my
whole
gosh!
issue.
What a disaster!
Lord.
But it was nice for me. I got out of work earlier that
Paging
day.
Dr. Chong.
Dr. Cheech, you're needed in ER. I've been on a bachelor party with my primary care doc, so I've seen him party. I'm cool with it.
What about a surgeon, though?
I worked
I
in
don't think you should
surgery,
be
and
allowed.
here's the thing. Well, there was a surgeon that was an ear, nose, and throat guy, so he did a lot of, you know, they weren't they were like a lot of kids getting tubes in their ears and stuff like that. It was like quick ENT stuff. And he got caught. He had an ankle monitor on because he got caught growing weed in his backyard. Now, his brother-in-law had HIV, and he claimed he was growing it for his brother-in-law.
Okay.
But I mean, I
Come
knew
on.
the guy. The guy was,
Come on.
he was a smoker.
Man, I hate
He
to
was
say
a
this.
cool dude, too. And, like, you know, this was pre where it was legal in Illinois. But they caught him because there was a fugitive loose, and the guy ran through his neighborhood, and the FBI ran through his backyard and found all his weed plants. It was just like a complete absurd accident. But he was there, like, you know, operating on people while he was, like, on probation and house arrest.
Man, I hate to say this, and
Cool dude.
I may sound hypocritical because I've only been thinking about it for a few minutes, but I think that there should be a completely different standard for certain jobs. You're talking about surgeons and heart surgeons and brain surgeons and whatever. I mean, when I got my CDL, one of the first things that they told me at the bus company was, hey, you are a professional driver now. You get pulled over, even in your Toyota, you're going to have more points because you are
Held
more
to a higher
educated,
standard.
held to a higher standard, and especially if you're in a bus or a truck or something, if you're pulled over for speeding, you're in a much more dangerous situation and putting other people at greater harm. Therefore, your punishment will be dealt with accordingly and far more intensely than somebody else. I think it should be that same way too. Shouldn't it? Shouldn't
Well,
it?
I have what America says, if America's cool with it or not. Would you feel differently if your doctor used marijuana medically versus recreationally?
No.
Oh, okay. So now my surgeon has arthritis as well? Yeah, I feel
I don't know,
great.
maybe he's got, you know, his problem sleeping. I don't know.
He has glaucoma.
Oh, yeah, is that it?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm not feeling good about any of this, to be honest.
They're all people. That's the thing. It's like...
No.
I worked with when I worked in surgery, there were doctors going through divorces, coming in. You know, a lot of them drank. It's a very stressful job. You can't control that. There's no way to monitor like who had 4 bourbons the night before.
Right, and that's another point people are bringing up. Like,
No.
hey, are you okay with them drinking versus...
No.
So if you think a surgeon should not be able to drink alcohol recreationally either,
Listen, man, I feel like alcohol is the most dangerous of most of the
I mean,
things that
I
we're talking
am
about
100%
right now.
in agreement. I'm just saying,
So-
like, if you're going to monitor one recreationally,
I'm not saying monitoring. I'm just saying, again, I'm talking off the top of my head. I may change my mind in a couple hours because I've only been thinking about this for a few minutes. But I do think someone that's in charge of other people's lives every day when they clock in, their hands, their decisions, their movements are responsible for someone living or dying. I think they should be held to a higher standard with how they treat their minds.
I don't want to know what the hell goes on in their lives.
No, I don't want to know. I'm with you. We don't know.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. I'm just saying, like, should we not professionally hold them to a higher standard like we do professional drivers?
I think doctors are. Doctors are held to higher standards. That's why I don't want to know what the hell's going on after work.
As long as
Stick my head in the sand, I'm fine with that.
I want them to have the best sleep and the best lives.
But how are they held?
However, they got to get that.
How are they held to a different standard? So with the CDL, the law is my punishment is different. Is it just a punishment difference? Like I know if a doctor gets busted being drunk,
they could lose their license.
Yeah, like Jack Shepard did in Lost. His dad. You lose your license and all that kind of stuff. But are they held to a different standard where when they sign a contract with a hospital or something, it says that they won't participate in recreational drug use? I'm wondering. I'm asking. I'm curious.
Private physicians are not required to be drug screened at all. However, in hospitals they are.
Okay.
So
and depending on what hospital group.
Exactly.
It is.
And I would say most doctors don't. They know too much. They're literally educated on our bodies and the effects of substance on their bodies. I would be surprised if doctors are alcoholics, addicted to drugs, recreationally using anything. Like, I would just be surprised because they know the effects of it more so than the common idiot.
Well, it happens. Listen, everybody knows. Everybody knows it's smoking,
But we don't really know. We've never had to do surgery on a black lung.
But I'm just saying, like, everybody knows smoking is bad for you, but yet people still smoke.
Sure. I'm just saying, I bet there's a higher percentage of making better lifestyle choices with medical professionals rather than us who are in radio.
I don't know, man. They ate terrible. The worst people I ever saw eat were the surgery department. It was just Papa John's pizzas getting delivered, crock-pot chili, like everybody, all the nurses. I've seen some really bad health lifestyle choices get made by hospital staff.
Good point. 618, I believe that pilots aren't supposed to drink 8 hours before they have a scheduled flight. Should surgeons have a similar rule? I'm okay with that.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who's monitoring that?
314, I have a buddy who's a neurosurgeon, and he's a pretty bad alcoholic.
Oh, my gosh.
He's really glad you texted that in. You really narrowed it down.
My God.
All right. Well,
man.
Yeah, but they also but they still have people's lives in their hands. So I just have a hard time believing that they're just going to be willy-nilly about it.
Well, people have problems, and...
Well, sure, but then they will, like Scott said, cancel the surgery on Monday because
hopefully.
I'm hungover.
Hopefully.
You hope.
Well, alcoholism is a disease.
Yeah, we're talking about like a legit condition. This guy isn't necessarily... I mean, he's cutting brains, yo.
Cutting brains, yo.
Hey, dog, I'm 3 Jaegers deep, ready to cut some brains. All right.
Are you hungover, buddy?
Nah, I'm still drunk. Can't be hungover if you never stop drinking. Anyway, flip over.
Man.
Hand me that scalpel.
56% of people said they're okay with their physicians using medical marijuana. Mm-hmm. While 45% are fine with recreational use.
That's still
so there is a difference. There is a difference in the eyes of people, medical versus recreational.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprisingly, patients were more comfortable with their doctors using pot for medical reasons rather than just fun.
Yeah. Study suggests that around 10 to 15% of physicians experience substance use disorders.
And here's what a really interesting part of the study was.
Well, by the way, that's ridiculous. The whole if somebody views the medical different than the unless you
this was the question that was asked in the poll.
I'm just saying unless you're a patient of some sort. And I know there's going to be people come after me because they go in and they tell their doctor they have anxiety, so now they're a patient. But I'm saying unless you're a patient that's using it because cancer treatments or this or that, I understand the medical use of marijuana, so don't come at me for that. But to say that you're okay more with the medical than the recreational, it's all the same now. It's all the same since 30 states or whatever have legalized it. It's all 30%. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, do you see a difference between the recreational and the medical?
No.
I mean,
It's the same type of strand.
Yeah, we're talking semantics now. What are you talking
You
about?
literally have a piece of paper saying you need this rather than I want this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that
It's a
divides it.
discount at the pot shop, right?
Yeah, suddenly the new percentage of medical needs went down when everything recreationally legalized. Because
but
it's
it
all
is-
the same stuff.
It is good to have medical because, you know, I had a friend whose mom had cancer and she was on opioids because they were prescribed and would not try weed because she didn't do drugs. She was a school teacher and she's
Yep.
like, I don't do drugs.
Yep.
And by the end of her life, you know, my friend was like, I couldn't even communicate with her because she was so messed up on pills that had there been medical marijuana, she would have done it. And she would have probably felt better and been like coherent towards the end of her life.
Yep, and
we
I am
always
all
regretted
for that. And I am all for that.
Let's talk to Rich here. Rich, you're a truck driver?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you have a CDL license, right?
Yeah, Class A, CDL, hazmat, the whole 9 yards.
Are you how regularly are you tested?
Testing is random. They require a percentage of the drivers be tested every year. I might get popped 2 or 3 times in a year. I might not get popped for 2 or 3 years because it is a random thing. But the reason I called and was talking to King Scott about this, I think Moon's going down the right track.
Well, that's all that needs to be said.
There we
That's
go.
what he's. Hey, there you go.
Rich.
Ability of,
Top to take a
Rich, say that again. We lost you after you said Moon's going down the right track.
Moon's going down the right road here when he mentioned having the CDL. That's what prompted me to call. We've got truck drivers, pilots, train engineers, ship captains, other jobs that are considered safety critical. Now, everything I just mentioned is controlled by federal DOT regulations. So it's legal.
Yeah.
I cannot smoke because I'm bound by federal regulations. Federally, marijuana is illegal.
Yeah.
Right.
Doctors, or at least some classification of doctors, especially surgeons, I believe should fall under that same category because while they're performing that operation, if they're not clear-headed, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed, anything they do, like Moon said, is a life-threatening decision.
Yeah.
If they get it right, they get it right. The guy lives and has a wonderful life. They get it wrong, maybe they sustain an injury that is life-altering, some sort of maiming or something, or they die.
Yeah. Do they test you for booze at all, Rich?
Yeah, we can get pulled in for random alcohol also.
Interesting.
My last time I got called in for a random, I got called in for both at the same time.
Wow. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate
Wow,
it.
dude, see, and that's a great point. So he further made my point and then got me thinking about. He just said that they're not allowed to do anything that's not federally legalized. So he can't do that because it's not federal. So why should a surgeon be able to do that?
Well, and I would think that most surgeons,
I'm not trying to take
if
anything
not,
away from anybody.
all surgeons,
They're probably not supposed to.
But
they fall under the rules of whatever group they're working for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what he was saying was there are federal regulations because of the safety protocols and safety positions. Sure. And these are just higher standards that I think should be somehow bound by something more than just your company policy.
But I would hope a group like WashU or BJC, they have very high standards.
High standards, but
for the people that work for them.
Right, but what's within their power? All they can do is fire you.
Well,
all they can do is fire you.
It goes back to the board, right? It's state to state, Department of Health for each state.
So the Department of Health has an oversight here?
Yeah, but if
much
BJC
like the federal government does over Department of Transportation.
BJC has very strict rules as to what their surgeons and doctors can and can't do.
Yeah.
Maybe their rule is that you are drug tested randomly.
Yeah. Okay. So you violate that. What happens?
You're fired.
Okay. And then you just find another place in Kansas.
Yeah, but then that may go as a mark on your medical license. Maybe it's got to be kicked up to the medical board.
I just don't think that stuff has as much weight as you think it may.
Yeah, but if you're not licensed to practice medicine, you're not getting hired.
Oh, you're saying they can take your license?
Yeah.
But who? Because what's the license
state
through?
board.
Oh, so the license is through a state board?
I would imagine the American Medical Association is, I don't know if it's a federal or state.
It's both. I'm looking it up right now.
Or maybe federal and state, where if you lose your license, you're done. If you lose your CDL license, you can't drive a truck. If you lose your medical license, you can't practice medicine. And then you have to open up your own garage clinic.
Right, because those are
which we know are very popular.
Which is you can do whatever you want.
Doctor fails a drug test for marijuana, even obtained legally under state law, could trigger an investigation by the state and federal medical board. Result in disciplinary actions ranging from warnings to suspension to revocation. It also depends on employer policies and job. Anesthesiologist could be held. Which, dude, I would look this up. Here's something to think about next time you get surgery.
Anesthesiologist, yeah. Imagine one of them coming in all goofy.
I want everybody clear-headed.
It says 2014 study showed 15% of physicians struggle with alcohol abuse or dependence. Lifetime prevalence of disorders amongst physicians is 10 to 12%, mirroring the general population. Surgeons, 2012 survey showed they were a higher rate. 15% responded had consistent alcohol abuse or dependence, followed closely by opioids and cocaine.
Yeah, well,
anesthesiologist 3 times more likely to abuse substances. So the person putting you to sleep might be on the same
a little
stuff
for you,
on.
a little for me. Sherry,
good God,
Sherry, you work in medicine?
I do.
All right, and you think
Talk to me.
you think people should just be allowed to do whatever off the clock?
Absolutely. According when it comes to cannabis, I mean, there's been no studies that show any long-term effect. I mean, people come in and they're allowed to drink a 6-pack after work that night without any repercussion. Doctors have a very serious, a very stressful job, and if cannabis could be a way for them to be more comfortable in their skin and perform their jobs, as long as they're not high or drunk doing their actual profession, there's not anything wrong
Sherry,
with
are
it.
there, and I don't know, I'm speaking out of pure ignorance here, are there any rules that like a pilot, that a surgeon cannot drink a certain amount of time before a surgery?
Yes.
Oh, there
Yes,
is.
you have to be level and clear-headed to come into work, and that's for anybody with the medical industry, doctors, nurses, anesthesiologists, nurse practitioners. You know, they take the Hippocratic Oath where they're supposed to put forward their best effort to take care of everything that the patient needs. But we're not actually considering the doctors at all. They work long hours, long days, difficult patients, never-ending caseloads, insurance. I mean, they deserve to be able to relax or to enjoy medical the way everyone else does.
I listen, if I leave the doctor's office, I don't want to see the doctor doing bong rips in the car.
To cope with stress.
It's anything. I mean, they're no different than any other people. Just because you smoke pot doesn't necessarily mean that you're a stoner or that you can't function or that you can't do your job or be a normal person.
I agree
Sherry.
there. I agree
Thank you,
there, but
Sherry.
I totally disagree that they are not like just any other people, because the guy that's bagging my groceries is not responsible for my life like the neurosurgeon that's trying to fix my brain.
Not yet, because he's in school and he's bagging groceries to make ends meet. And then when he gets his medical doctorate,
You can
he
afford
will
pot.
then be
It's
doing-
expensive.
I just think that if we're talking about using things to cope with stress or whatever, then maybe this isn't for you. And the trade-off for that high stress, high level thing
High
is
paying.
extremely high pay, and the other opportunities that particular profession which you chose to go into affords you. So don't give me this like, we weren't just born into our occupations.
Yeah, but hold up. You wouldn't say the same thing about somebody that has a prescription for Xanax, because that's a pharmaceutical-based, prescribed by a doctor through a pharmacy. We have no judgment on that.
I do. If there is Xanax in the system of my neurosurgeon, I have an
probably is.
issue.
Or any sort of SSRI or anything that is going to calm them and make the stress go away.
SSRI is very different than Xanax.
There are
Well,
certain
yes.
drugs that you're not allowed to use in certain professions. If you're a pilot, you're not allowed to have certain things in your system, even if it's prescribed.
How can we not hold different occupations to different standards? I don't understand how there can be a flat argument against that.
I think if we want to have folks that are comfortable with their doctors, taking whatever they want, It's kind of like that restaurant where they had the bars that, it gets cheaper as you go. And if you want a doctor that parties hard and stuff, it's like way cheaper to go to his hospital than a guy that's clean and sober.
Fine.
And if
this is the compromise,
Spuds
fine.
McKenzie is my doctor.
That's a good compromise, Scott.
Dude, and if we have serious issues with doctors being too stressed out and that affecting them or raising their probability of alcoholism or this and that, maybe we should kind of figure out the structure where every 3 years they get a year off that's an education year. Because they're always going back to further their education, and maybe it's a full education year where the stresses from the job are kind of on break for 6 months or 9 months. Surely we can figure out how to do studies that would make us all safer and better in the long run. I'm not saying that these people aren't that I don't have.
It's a high stress job.
And I have compassion for that.
And,
I totally have compassion for that.
They do have Hippocratic oaths they have to abide by, and high standards because they are high paying jobs and people's lives are at risk every day for these people.
I'm going to see my general practitioner on Monday. I'm going to ask her straight up because she's really cool.
She'll sell you some weed.
If she'll sell me some weed.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to
On the
ask her.
side.
I'm going to be like, what do you do? Tell me. I won't use her name or anything. It's like, tell me what you do as a medical professional. She's very good at her
Ask
job.
her if she's okay with
I will.
doctors.
I will do the research.
And it was just an interesting, it was an interesting discussion people were having online.
Would it change anyone's mind? I'm assuming she's not on the phone anymore, but one of the problems I think lies in the testing. Like you can't tell when the last toke of marijuana. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do an alcohol blood test. You can go in, pee in a cup, and they can be like your alcohol blood level was 0.06, which means you were drinking within X amount of hours of your job. They can't really do that with marijuana. It's just in your system.
So maybe at Barnes, you have to have 0.
That's what I'm curious about. Like, would you feel
BJC.
differently if they could develop a test where they could be like, oh, this person smoked weed like last night at 8 o'clock. It's 10 a.m. the next day. Right. Would you feel differently about it?
For sure. Yeah. If you want to go on vacation, you got a month. Go pass out for a month. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Your freedoms are that's not my issue here.
Interestingly enough, by the way,
it's public safety.
As far as the survey goes, people were just as comfortable with their doctors using marijuana as they were with them using nicotine. And people were actually more comfortable with marijuana use than alcohol consumption in some cases. So keep all that in mind. I'm just telling you what the numbers are.
Yeah. There's some wild. The National Institute of Health said 14% of male and 25% of female surgeons suffered from alcoholism.
Yeah,
Dang,
again, it's a high stress job.
Yeah.
It's systemic.
There's a deeper issue that we should be looking at.
I get it.
It's a pretty high number.
Hey, everybody have their, I do want to bring one thing up before we hit the break. Everybody have their real ID already?
Yeah.
Because now that is less than a month away from you have to have one.
Less than a month away from another
May
extension.
7th. I don't think they're extending it this time. I think this is it.
Yeah, that's what I heard
Let's
last
go.
time.
Let's
Dude,
bet
they
on
keep
it.
pushing back everything, like the TikTok ban, all this crap.
We
No, I
can't
think this is
trust
it.
anything anyone says anymore. And if that hasn't been the
If
precedent,
If I were to put money down on this one, I think this is the one that's going to stick.
Let's put some money down right
Put
now.
some money down. I got
pushback since
How much money do you want to
2005.
put down?
Let's go.
I got
All of it.
$5.
Let's have a show pot, and we'll all split. Everybody throws in 10. You make your bet, and the winners split.
Dude, so many people are not paying attention, and it's gonna be an outrage,
No
and
way.
then it will just be pushed
Well, I'm
back.
just telling you right now, this is what you need to know. May 7th, travelers in the U.S. will need a real ID compliant identification card to get on a domestic flight or access certain federal facilities. And it's crazy because the Real ID Act was first introduced back in 2005 and designed to enhance air travel security after the events of 9/11.
Dude, they've been doing
and
this
here
for
we
20
are
years.
in 2025.
But this is the one that you were going to bet
This
on.
is it.
This is it,
Because
guys, this
you know
is
what?
it.
Usually if they delay it, it's delayed.
Twice.
It's delayed more than a month before the deadline. Like
Yeah,
it would
I
be,
see what
it'll
you're
be
saying.
delayed.
We're too
like
close.
we're too close.
They're not going to do it the day before.
We're too close. We're less than a month away from this actually being lifted.
And you don't have it, Rafe?
No.
You got the little star?
No, and I ain't getting it.
Get you a star.
I'm
man.
not
You got a
playing.
Because I
passport,
don't
though.
need it. Because they're going to push it back, baby. You're not tricking me into sorting through all my mail and trying to find my Social Security card. It even says on the site right now they're already walking it back. Final deadline and phased enforcement. Department of Homeland Security extended deadline to May 7th, 2025. The TSA is implementing a phased enforcement approach, allowing for flexibility in how federal agencies, including TSA, will enforce real ID requirements with the slow rollout as not to delay
as
or
not to shock you from the thing we've been
complicate
hearing
domestic
about.
flights.
For 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised.
It says May 7th,
man,
2025.
Well, here's what you need to have this real ID. So if your driver's license, has a star, like mine's got a star in a little corner.
Yeah, that's the real ID.
Gradual transition to full enforcement, giving states and individuals more time to comply. Ride the lightning.
Got the star.
Yeah, you got the star. You got the star or a flag, or it says enhanced. You're good to go. If not, you need to apply for a real ID or use an alternate TSA-approved form of identification. So you could use your passport. That'll get you through.
Dude, you remember the time where, our parents and everybody that always complained about how bad the license pictures were because they were just awful cameras. They're taking them of the day, blah, blah, blah. And there was one point where technology was just taking off, man. And when you thought about it, you're like, oh, man, my next license, the cameras are so much better. I mean, the camera on my phone is better than things that they were using just a couple of years ago. It's going to be great. Guys, license pictures have gotten worse.
Oh.
Somehow they have gotten worse. My son just got his thing. My daughter just got her ID. These things they don't even have like a spot for you to do it. They have cameras at every desk. So it like green screens out the back. It's blown out. You're dumber looking. You're uglier looking. It don't matter what you do. Somehow we've made license
last time I got my
worse.
picture taken, they're like, "What kind of background do you want?" I'm like, "Let's go. I want to be in front of the Eiffel Tower." So we did. I have like a Paris.
Cute.
I have the Paris
Sure you
behind
do.
me.
That is perfect.
So here's what you need for a real ID in Missouri. You need proof of identity. So birth certificate, passport, certificate of citizenship. You need your proof of Social Security number. So you need your Social Security card or W-2 form with your full number.
You taking notes there, Rafe?
You need proof of Missouri residency, so 2 forms are required. Utility bills, bank statements, or like a lease agreement.
Ladies, you need your marriage certificate.
Proof of name change if you need it, if applicable. This applies to those whose current name differs from their proof of identity,
So dumb.
such as, because of marriage or divorce. And you should know that real IDs are not automatically issued when you renew your license. You need to specifically request it.
And that's stupid.
Yeah, that is hilarious. I thought it was automatic because I went in.
Right.
It's not. Because that's the last time I had to renew my license, I got it done. They're like, "Do you want to do this?" I go, "Yeah, of course I do."
Okay.
What
But
am I,
they
idiot?
prompted you?
But you need
They asked me, yeah.
you need several things. They're certainly not making it easy to get it done.
How is this not easy?
They do list it out, and you can print that.
What's
list.
hard about any of these things?
Well, the marriage certificate could be hard. So if you've been married for a long time,
it's a mix of it's not hard to get a utility bill, but some people don't have their Social Security card. You know what I mean?
You have a W-2 form with your full number. That's going to work.
Well, you can always
where's your
just
so?
request
You know
your
what, pal?
cards and get them back.
Where is it? Do you not know
I
where
have
it is?
I have his copy.
You can get
Your
new
Social
ones.
Security
You get a
card.
new Social
Yeah, we
Security
just
card
got
easily.
new ones for the kids because we lost them.
Baby.
We need to get Rafe
It's
a
gone,
Social
baby.
Security.
It's easy to get one.
You think you're just off the grid? You don't
I'm off
exist?
the grid, dude.
You don't have.
I haven't paid taxes in 20 years.
I lost that piece of paper. I don't exist.
Wait, I'm on the.
Dude, really don't
You
say
can't
that.
arrest me. I don't have a card.
Don't say
baby.
that because I have a buddy who said that on the air and got.
I'm kidding.
366
He
days in
pays
jail
his
because
taxes.
of it.
I'm
Because of
paying
what?
plenty of taxes.
Because he went on
believe
the air, said he didn't pay his taxes, and
What a buffoon.
he
What?
got 366 days in jail.
What
Why?
a buffoon, dude.
me. But did he actually not pay his taxes?
He actually didn't pay his
Okay,
taxes.
well,
Okay,
that's
good.
the difference
That's a different.
here.
But
Just for saying it.
Free
I'm like,
speech,
damn.
pal. This is a form of expression.
Rafe, I got your card. I just went on a dark web. I got it downloaded.
Good.
For you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
I'm going to ride this
Come on.
2-year phased enforcement. It says now they're going to give a 2-year
None of this
phased
is hard.
enforcement to board flights with a warning notice.
You get a warning. How many? You should play a game and see how many warnings you can
Yeah,
collect.
I am.
I'm
Because you know
on
they're not,
Game
they're
has
not going to
begun.
track that. There's no system to track
This
that.
is the temp tag of licensing.
I shall
Yes.
finish the
Yes.
game.
Yeah. Okay. I'm all about this.
This
now.
is awesome.
I'm ride the lightning. I'm excited to see.
30.
Don't tell me it's hard. You've had 20 years to get this done.
I hate the real
20
ID.
years.
This is so stupid.
20 years on us.
We've had 20 years.
No.
To
They've
get this done.
they've had 20 years.
I don't like that all IDs before were like, what, fake IDs? This is the real ID. Like, call it something else.
Does
The
real
real
stand for
ID.
something?
The government.
Probably.
Is it a?
The government's had 20 years.
Really
to do
easily annoyed ladies. ID.
Yes, ID.
Yeah, man. Well, maybe Illinois is different.
Nope, same thing. You need proof of identity, social security number, proof of Illinois residency, and proof of signature. This could be a credit, debit card, cancel check, or current driver's license.
Okay.
Or T-shirt.
Or a T-shirt.
Yeah.
That says, I live in Illinois.
Well, what is this?
And what the article that I read this morning, they were telling people, hey, the DMVs have been experiencing a very high demand.
Procrastinators.
Yeah, that
Because
DMV was.
the procrastinators going in
Yeah, that DMV was
as the
slam
May 7th deadline approaches.
I highly suggest you what my best friend Abby and I did when we got our real IDs a couple years ago. We took the day off of work. It was a Friday. I picked her up. We went to Starbucks. We got lattes. We went to the South County DMV.
This is ridiculous.
We got great photos. And then we went to the Four Seasons. And after that, we went to Belleville to Eckert's and we had the family-style chicken dinner. And it was amazing.
You did a DMV date? That's actually
we
kind
did.
of brilliant.
We went to see the pumpkins. We
You
did
got
everything.
you started your day with a real
teenager?
ID and ended with a pumpkin cannon?
Hell yeah.
Oh.
And that's the only way to
Be
do
an
it.
adult and just go get it done.
What do you mean? That's
you don't
the
need to
most
make a whole thing out
That's
of
the
it.
most
love it.
adult thing I've ever heard. That was
Just because you're an
quite
adult
impressive.
doesn't mean you can't have a great day.
No,
Yeah,
you're never
doesn't mean I
supposed to
gotta
have
sit there
fun.
alone.
Fun is over.
I cannot imagine being in the DMV 55 minutes deep and I'm waiting and I'm frustrated and I see two gals come in here and just
Yes, by the
Looking
way,
awesome.
217,
Yeah.
I do know. I said that before.
I'd
If
be
you
so
have a
jealous.
passport, you're okay. You can get through the airport with the passport.
Also, can I suggest this? The DMV doesn't have to be a portal to hell. They have an app where if you want to get in line, you can do so in the wait line on the
get
app.
out of here.
Yeah, man. And Abby knew. So what did we do? We drank our lattes in my car, listening to good music while we waited. It was cool.
You guys are geniuses.
Thank you.
Grow up.
I
What?
am grown.
I'm
too.
pretty impressed. That is pretty
I'm
impressive.
kidding. Your weight should depend on how much you weigh.
And then later that night, we went to Peacemaker with our husbands. We had a great day.
Wow.
that.
I'm
Just
gonna-
like at the ground round, that's your wait time. Is you step on a scale to
Yeah.
see how long you wait for.
I'm gonna call my buddy Rizz. Be like,
3
"Yo,
hours and 45
What are you doing on
minutes.
Saturday? You want to go to DMV?
We'll go to the DMV. We'll go to Starbucks first, then we'll go to Lee's Chicken after.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
It's amazing.
I got the app already. No need to download it. I'll put us in line. That's pretty awesome.
By the way, if you have a star next to your picture on your license, it makes me feel a lot safer.
Oh yeah, for
Totally.
sure.
Gold
hilarious.
star day every day of my life.
Wow.
Let me see your license. Oh, you have a gold star next to your picture?
Mm-hmm.
I feel a lot safer around you. Thank you.
It could have been more exquisite, too. The gold star looks like the worst emoji ever.
It's so dumb. It's like the gold star you got in second grade,
Exactly.
like when you didn't get your name on the board for a couple weeks.
I want like a cooler star.
It really is a dorky looking. Yours is the same, right? I mean, because I've had mine for a long, long time. So
Here's
I don't
the
know if-
thing I don't
Tear
get.
this
they've
the whole
in-
thing
I have a
apart.
passport to travel
Does it look like that?
globally.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, your passport's fine.
Does it look like that?
So why
The little gold star?
why would I need more
Nerdy.
than that?
I don't know, Rafe. Ask George W. Bush.
To
I
walk
think he's the
into
guy that
a
did all this.
DMV and be like, I've been cleared globally as a traveler.
Listen, that's how far back this was. This was the George W. Bush administration that did
Was
this.
he saying, I know how hard
Great.
it is to put food on your families?
Fool me once.
Never.
Shame on your license. Fool me twice, get a star, but you also got to have 17 forms of ID in order to get the star for an ID which you already possess 17 forms of.
Fool me 3 times.
I just love that it says
gold star. Yeah, so nerdy,
Star, baby.
So nerdy.
this is
All the
supposed to be
states-
more
Get
secure.
the hell out
and
of here,
harder to
George
counterfeit.
W.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's right, Scott. It's supposed to be more secure and harder to
And
counterfeit.
yeah, so it's less likely to be stolen or used fraudulently. Mm-hmm. That's going to work great.
Is the star the same for every state?
It's either star, some have flags. I don't know.
That's
It's-
cute. I wish we had something.
Yeah, I wish there was a
Silly.
cute little cool flag, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. We need a new stamp, a new real ID stamp, and a new license plate. Can we get rid of this?
I think it should be George W. Bush
Boring
giving
thing.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, it should be a
you're
George
right.
W.
I'm
Bush
fine
face.
with it.
I think that should, and I think he would
One
like
of his
that.
paintings.
No. You know what it should be? It should just say mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, little George W.
This ID
face.
is real as hell. No fakes.
I'm down.
I like this.
Oh, man, we're having a good time today.
All
aren't
right,
we?
well, get your real ID,
Tell
guys.
you what.
Get your real ID, okay?
Don't do it. You got 2 years. Ride the lightning.
No, do it. Get
Do
it
the
done.
Rafe-
I'll start a Facebook group where
Here's
we
what
all
I don't
post
want.
our
I don't want to go
TSA
to the
warnings.
airport, and I don't want somebody arguing in front of me because they don't have their real ID,
It's gonna
okay?
be Rafe.
It's going to be Rafe
because I'll
holding
be
up
in
the line.
the TSA pre-check line, taking my warning ticket, telling the cashier or
Suck
whatever
it.
they're called, the game has begun.
My friend.
You're up 1-0.
All right, let's do this. And it's brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Rizz Show, and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From St. Genevieve, Missouri, Anna Daly is our Anna has been a listener of both the Rizz Show and The Point since the very beginning, talks about the show to all of her friends and family, loves the morning banter between everybody. She receives all of her news from us as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Good luck with the world.
Oh, yes. She's grateful for this show, bringing her joy every morning. Anna Daly from St. Genevieve is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Gets a super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we'll take our first break in the morning. We'll come back with some news for Anna. Florida man throws bottle of urine after being denied job interview. Missouri is asking fishermen to kill this invasive fish if caught.
Oh, tell me it's my nemesis.
And the dumbest parking ticket of all time was given out in Canada.
For not having a Missouri Real ID.
It's 7:14. It's Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Still roadway closed due to flooding, 141 southbound at 44. We also have some delays. Looks like 270 eastbound between 55 and Gravois. Average speed about 25 miles an hour. Your Point forecast, a few showers are possible. High of 68. Right now it is 43 at the Point studio.
Check this out. There's nothing. It's a blank canvas. Crest Plastic Surgery, it's their mission over there to provide the highest level of care to help you achieve your cosmetic goals with the most natural looking results possible. Their focus is to build your confidence by helping you get to your goals, again, with the most natural looking results possible. They want you to look and feel like you at your best. Now, Parkcrest, not your cookie cutter providers where everybody leaves with the same results. They cater their treatments and procedures and surgeries to each individual to make sure everybody's happy with that major confidence boost. It's the best part of what they do there. If you're looking to minimize fat in hard-to-target areas, at Parkcrest, they offer everything from injectable LipoDissolve or Kybella to Cool Sculpting Elite to Smart Lipo to your traditional liposuctions. They also offer one of the only FDA-approved procedures to dramatically reduce the appearance of cellulite. It's called Avelli. It's a quick, in-office procedure performed under local anesthesia with little to no downtime. If you're looking for a mommy makeover, if you're looking for laser hair removal, if you're looking for permanent makeup, they got you at Parkcrest Plastic Surgery. Dr. McGuire, Dr. Kaplan have treated patients from all over the world. And I'm going to say we're lucky to have them right down the street from us here in Creve Coeur. It's Parkcrest Plastic Surgery online at parkcrestplasticsurgery.com. Book yourself a consultation. parkcrestplasticsurgery.com. I'm seeing your bucket list here in front of me, Lern, and some of these are definitely achievable.
Yes.
Some of them I'm not sure about.
Sure.
Yeah, some of them are going to be tougher than others. The first one, let's just get into it.
Yep.
And, you know, where we welcome feedback. If anybody can help us, put us on the path to make these happen, please let us know. Because it's all about love and helping each other, lifting each other up, checking stuff off. Here's a big one. See Daft Punk.
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk, they're broken up.
They're broken up.
I don't
They
think they're ever
retired.
getting back together.
Right.
So,
But The Weeknd, even this weekend, or even this past weekend, The Weeknd, the artist, said the only collabs he will do in the future is with Daft Punk. So there could be something on the horizon.
what about a Daft Punk tribute act?
Yes.
What about a Daft Punk lunch? Like you're at the Rainbow Room or something like that, and you look over and you're like, oh my gosh, I recognize.
Look at
these
those, just
guys.
two guys in helmets.
Those are the guys from
Because
Daft
it's
Punk.
see Daft Punk. You didn't say in concert.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me clarify. I would like to dance live to Daft Punk. Those two guys, those French musicians. I want them
All
to
they
be
do
playing
is
music.
press and play on an iPad.
What if they stand
Exactly.
up at lunch and they go bigger, faster?
All right. Okay, so see Daft Punk, that's on the list.
Or have
Next.
a Daft Punk dance party.
Yeah,
Whatever.
will you take me? I would love to see that show.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
would
just
love
in-
to see that.
I like how
French-Canadian,
malleable
did you?
your bucket list things are. That's a very open and loving way to embrace the world. You've already dialed back your very first one, which
Right.
I love. But
And
you know what?
What?
You never know. Daft Punk, whatever, tomato. It's French. I believe it's Daft, but whatever. Leads right into the next one. Host a discotheque, maybe a Rizzuto.
Rizzuto would be cool.
I like
Dance
I want to have a
party.
dance party. And we have a lot of listeners who want to dance. And so every time I talk about it, they're always like, oh, hit me up. So what if we have a Rizzuto?
Yeah, man.
And we
not a
play
great
Daft Punk.
I'm not a great dancer, but I'll DJ. Can I DJ?
Dude, I've DJ'd
Yes.
too. I'm a pro.
I
I
want,
want to see you out there on the dance floor.
I want
No, you don't.
dancing.
What if we put
You wouldn't
helmets?
dance at the Rizzuto?
Well, yes, of course I would, but you don't want to see it.
Well, you wear
The yard all year long, and we've had a lot of rain lately. And Green Envy Lawn wants you to know that means you're going to see those weeds start popping up. And in fact, we've had a lot of moisture and a lot of water this spring so far. And crabgrass is one of those big annoying weeds that could easily come up this year. I mean, they can lay dormant until conditions are right for up to 15 years. So that means you could have a big issue coming up. But get Green Envy Lawns out there on your yard, and they will use products that are formulated for our soils right here in Missouri, our weather conditions, our turf types. And you know it's going to be done right with Green Envy Lawns because they have service professionals who are commercially licensed applicators and certified by the Missouri Department of Agriculture. There's no part-timers, no high school kids. These are legit pros, and they do a thorough background check so you know who's on your property is going to be a pro and incredible, and you're going to have a great-looking yard all year long. So make sure your yard looks the best on the street. Reach out to Green Envy Lawns. Have a beautiful yard this year. greenenvylawns.com.
Is our guest on the phone?
There's some guy named Bert on the phone.
Oh.
Bert.
Hopefully it's
That's the guy I was
right
supposed to be
bird.
calling, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, the machine, Bert Kreischer on the phone.
Hey, man.
That was well played, gentlemen. That was well played.
Well, we're expecting a call from Bert Cummings too, so we're not sure.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
You know, it's funny. I told my son yesterday, I was like, hey, I have one of my favorite comedians on the show tomorrow. He goes, awesome, you have Kevin Hart on. I go, damn it.
My daughters and I saw Jumanji, the first one, for the first time, and I was like, I got out and I was like, God, I want to like text Kevin and tell him how great that movie was. And they're like, Kevin who? I said, Kevin Hart. And they go, you know Kevin Hart? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, Dad, come on, you don't have to lie to us. I was like, no, I know Kevin Hart. And they're like, Dad, how would he know a guy like you? I was like, you know he's a comedian, right? And they're like, yeah, but he does, like, big shows. I'm like, oh, my God.
Do your kids think you're cool?
No, not at all. Not even remotely. Not even remotely.
Really? So, I mean, you have a lot of very famous friends, and they're not impressed?
Well, first of all, my daughter's not a friend. My oldest daughter's not a huge fan of Joe Rogan's. She's a little woke. And so our sensibility, what makes us giggle, offends my oldest daughter.
Oh, no.
My youngest daughter's clueless. She doesn't it just, yeah, they have no clue at all. Like, yeah, they're, by the way, they're just, maybe you don't want your kids to think you're cool. I don't know. I thought my dad was a badass, but they think I'm an idiot.
But they know their dad has a cool job. They know, their dad is a comedian, doesn't go to an office, every day.
Well, you know what they know is that the boys that go to school that are the bros, the meatheads, the morons, the chest bumpers are all huge fans of their dad, and they're like, roll their eyes. The boys that are probably going to end up being problematic are all fans of their dad and all his friends. They said to my daughter Isla, you know Joey Diaz? And Isla's like, Uncle Joey? And they go, yeah, Uncle Joey. But Isla calls him Uncle Joey because he is her uncle. And they're like, like, that's so epic. Does he slide? And, it's like, I got dosed by Ari Shaffir in my backyard with ecstasy one time.
I heard that story, yeah.
These boys think it's awesome, and my daughters are like, yeah, he almost killed my dad. Like, they're like
It's funny. Your house that suffers from allergies. Man, it's that time of year where pollen is invading your home. You should have your air ducts cleaned out, and that's going to help with allergies and asthma. And I had Zero Res at the house a couple weeks ago because my son suffers from allergies real bad. Every spring, it's the same thing. The coughing, the sneezing, the itchy eyes. Your air ducts are like the lungs of the house. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. So this month with Zero Res, get 3 rooms Zero Resified from St. Louis's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner, starting at $119, and take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Zero Res gets out all those lingering odors from the winter, gives your home a fresh, spring ready feel. So prepare your home for the brighter days ahead with Zero Res. You owe it yourself and your family. Breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res right now, 314-474-2020, or go online at ZeroResSTL.com and say you want the RizzShow special. Spelled backward or forward, it spells the same. It's Zero Res.
And it's Rizz. We are backstage at PointFest, and say hi to POD. Hello, fellas.
Hello. What's up?
I could hear him right now saying hello. Welcome back to St. Louis. Welcome back to PointFest.
Yeah.
Great to be St. Louis. St. Louis, indeed.
In the house.
You like it here?
Oh, yeah. We've been coming here for many, many months.
RizzShow phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Coleman's Campers text line 314-649-DUMB. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RizzShow Show. Your emails, RizzShow 1057thepoint.com. We'll talk to Chris Kerber at 8:30. We will play the one-note song challenge game. I haven't decided yet because I put the game together after the show yesterday. And I know, Rafe and Lern were in the office yesterday. I had my headphones on. I was locked in.
You were.
I was locked into putting this game together. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure if this is going to be a game where just Lern plays, because you're pretty good at this.
The one note, I don't know if I'm good at this. I've been good at other sounds.
I'm going to, do you think you could do well, Moon? One note.
It depends on the songs.
Right.
I mean, these are all
If there are songs that I'm familiar with, I think I would do really well.
I might have did classic rock, some 90s stuff, a little 80s pop, nothing obscure. So I mean, literally, we'll play you a note from a song.
Yeah.
I did good at the country one.
That's
I was
true.
going to say, last time we cleaned
All right,
up.
so, we'll go around. Everybody will play. It'll be an all play.
Cool.
It'll be an all play thing. And I did have a lot of fun. I did have a lot of fun putting it together.
Man, I wonder if we could beat her as a team. She's so good at it that I wonder if the three of us, the other 3 boys, could even get more than her.
Put her in isolation?
Yeah.
And
that may be too long of a game, but I'm just honestly curious as a human. Because she is a human jukebox one-note identification machine.
You know what? Okay,
Why don't we
Rafe.
try it?
Okay, here's what we'll do. When we play the game, we'll Learn in isolation. Or should we have you just leave?
I can just leave.
We'll just let her leave. Let her go have
We
a
can
snack.
have you go have a snack.
Go have a snack.
Go have a snack, and then we'll bring you back, and we'll have you play the game.
Love it.
Okay.
Let the callers
And
bet
you
on
guys
us
could
or
be
bet on
team.
Lern.
Yeah, you guys could be team Learn or team other guys.
Fine.
Okay, great.
That's a good idea.
Well done, Rafe.
Thank you. I really want to know because I am not super confident. If we're doing classic rock, she's on it.
It's classic rock. It's 90s. It's some 80s stuff in there. All right. So
Okay.
we'll do that. That'll be fun. That's the one-note song challenge coming up. We'll play after news, okay? Let's do some news now.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by
Schicker Auto Group, your headquarters for American-made Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles. Shop local. Visit shopschicker.com.
So Missouri conservationists are urging, not just asking, but urging fishermen and fisherwomen's to kill what fish if they catch it? Because it is an invasive
know
species
it.
and it is posing a very serious threat to the state's native fish population.
Show me alligator gar.
Show me alligator gar. No.
I saw this.
It looks really cool.
This is in the Mississippi.
This is the northern snakehead fish.
Yeah, these are
What's
so
it doing?
Oh, snakehead? Dude,
This is the northern snakehead fish.
those are cool looking fish.
It is a very invasive species. It is posing a very serious threat to the state's native fish populations. So it is a predatory fish with python-like markings, sharp teeth, long fins, ugly as hell.
Can you eat the fish?
Here's how gross this thing is. Okay, they say this thing is capable of breathing air, which allows it to survive in poorly oxygenated water or even on land. As long as its skin stays moist, this fish could breathe out of water.
Impressive.
Get it out of here. We don't want it. The Missouri Department of Conservation warns that this fish can easily be mistaken for native bowfin, but the snakehead's distinctive teeth and fin shape set it apart. So the Department of Conservation says the fish is one of Missouri's newest invasive species threats. They look like native bowfish fin. They look like native bowfin fish, so it's important to properly identify these things.
And everybody's going to take the time to do that, as we know.
Yeah, kill the fish by severing its head, gutting it, or sealing it in a plastic bag. Do not release it back into the water or throw it onto the bank. The fish can make its way back to the water. So if you're like, all right, I caught this thing, we're just going to throw it on the shoreline, this thing could make its way back to water.
This sounds like other fish
Yeah.
jealous of how amazing this fish is. He's up on land. He can breathe air. This is super fish.
So they said the northern snakehead's ability to outcompete native fish for resources makes it a significant ecological threat.
Wow. And how many have been reported?
Seems a little inhumane, or to seal it in a plastic bag. That's very serial killer.
Suffocate that bastard.
Seal them up. Yellow and blue makes green. Nighty night, snakehead. Just make it quick. Cut its head off.
Turn it to a boot
called the
real quick.
snakehead what?
head off.
The northern snakehead. Yeah, the northern snakehead fish.
Snakehead fish. Yes, the snakehead
So
fish
if it has
is
a
edible.
southern accent, you
Oh,
leave
you
it
can eat it?
alone.
So they are considered a food fish in many parts of Asia and Africa, and their meat being described as firm, flaky, and mild flavored.
The northern snakehead? Look up northern snakehead.
Northern.
I don't know.
Yes, you can eat the northern snakehead
Well,
fish.
there you go.
Some people consider them a good source of food with a firm, flaky, and white meat that can be prepared in various ways. So
Well, dang.
why don't you not torture it and eat the damn thing?
Well, who's torturing it?
You are. If in a bag, you're suffocating.
I'm not.
I'm not.
The Department of Conservation.
Which is
got
a
a
bit
hole.
much.
They're
Department
saying
of
to do it.
Conservation. I don't know. More humane way of killing a thing? Thanks.
Just shoot them.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Definitely don't. That just seems like a weird thing to do. Seal it in a bag.
Right.
Yeah, just like Rafe said, you lop the head off and you throw it over and let some animals have some yummy time.
And let the animals have some yummy time. That's right. Yum, 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 yum. In a bizarre and very disgusting incident, a Florida man took rejection to a whole new level after being denied a job interview at a St. Petersburg business. So this 51-year-old guy, John Connington, yes, overreaction for sure, reacted in rage when the store Doors, Molding, and More refused to interview him for a position. So instead of leaving quietly, so this guy, John, goes in, I would like an interview, and they said, we're not hiring. Interview request denied. Instead of leaving quietly, John hurled multiple bottles of his own urine through the store's entrance, hitting at least one employee and causing over $1,000 in damages. According to police, John didn't just stop at tossing his pee. He also poured urine on merchandise, even splashed it on an employee's exposed legs. I'm thinking, how much urine did this man have?
This man has been waiting for this day for weeks.
How much did he have with him?
Whiz grenades, dude. You just have a bottle, got a Gatorade bottle in your car, and you don't want to stop for nothing because you just got to get to work, and you just go, and then you store them, and then you wait for a day when it's going to rain.
So
you know?
You never know we're going to need it.
It doesn't take long to gather a lot either, you know. I told you in the studio that when we were doing the second record, I was down in this basement, and I was doing so many vocals at once that I was just banging water, and I was wasting my time stopping and going upstairs to go to the bathroom. So if I had all these water bottles around me, I started filling up water bottles, just another take after take after take, and filling up water bottles. Before you knew it, there's probably 40 bottles around.
All right, there. Who's the guy that saved his
Howard
pee?
Hughes.
Howard Hughes.
I mean, it was
Before you knew it, there were bottles of urine
everywhere.
everywhere.
All
I
along
had
the
little-
studio
I had
walls.
ring boxes full of my fingernail clippings, and boy, that was a good record.
Well, so this guy, John, pours urine on merchandise, splashes it on an employee's exposed legs. When the employee chased him, John allegedly raised a skateboard in a threatening manner before running away. This guy, no stranger to the law, registered sex offender, later busted, charged with felony battery, criminal mischief, aggravated assault. This guy just cannot handle rejection. I guess that's it.
Whoa.
Has a problem with rejection. If you ask somebody about the dumbest parking ticket they've received, you're bound to hear some stories. This guy's got everyone beat. So a guy in Montreal is fighting a parking ticket that his daughter got in front of their house on April 1st. So this is so bad. It should be an April Fool's Day prank, but it is not. So early in the morning on April 1st, the city of Montreal installed signage for a brand new bus stop in front of the man's house. The sign is actually in his front lawn. So the crew finished installing the sign at 7:55 a.m. Then, just 10 minutes after the sign was put up, parking enforcement came by and gave his daughter a parking ticket for her car blocking the bus stop.
That is awesome.
Well, were they told that this was going to be a bus
No.
stop?
Right.
The car was there overnight before the bus stop even existed. And the guy says he was given no advance warning about the bus stop coming. So there's zero way this guy could have known that they wouldn't be able to park there. And the city of Montreal is like, yeah, we agree with you. They say they never update property owners about the 10,000 bus stops, but we cannot reverse the ticket because once a ticket is written,
Rules is
nothing
rules.
we could do about it.
Oh, wow.
Boy. Well, get his Sawzall out and get rid of that sign.
Nothing we could do about it. The guy is contesting the madness, but
Yeah, I would keep
He's
taking
an-
that sign until they cancel the ticket.
he's annoyed that he's got to spend his time and energy on something so stupid. He's got to go to court. Here he is talking about it.
Gosh.
There was no sign the night before. Now I got to waste my time to go test the ticket. And if they refuse my contest, I actually got to go to court to actually fight a ticket, which is completely wrong. Not one bus has passed by. And I think they should notify it and put up a sign before the official sign saying there will be a new sign.
Sign,
He's got an
sign.
interesting accent. So it's Canadian, but yet kind of a New York accent.
Yeah, he definitely is not born in Montreal, I don't think.
No, and he's got a weird New York / Canadian
He
accent.
said sign, and it's got more southern.
Yeah. It's kind of off-putting.
It is off-putting. I think he deserves a
like
ticket.
the
I'll be
guy
honest with you, after hearing him speak.
What's his name in White Lotus has been doing that.
Who?
Goggins?
No, the other guy. The guy that's British actor was in.
Oh, yeah.
But he's
Harry
trying
Potter?
to do a southern accent, but it sounds Australian. He slips out of it sometimes.
Yeah, this guy's like a New Yorker trying to do a Canadian accent, and it's not working.
It feels weird.
Yeah, I'm sorry I even played that audio, and I think he deserves a ticket.
Yeah. Put those bus stops side by each.
Yeah. Usually,
It is very silly, and the fact that he's got to go to court to contest this thing is very dumb.
man. It's just like painting the curb yellow overnight.
Yep, and then going to get a ticket for illegally parking.
Put a fire hydrant in last night.
It's a great prank, though.
Great prank. All right, so fellas, when you put a suit on, how do you feel? Do you feel more confident when you wear a suit?
Yeah, if the
Depends
suit,
on the suit.
Yeah, I was gonna say if the suit's nice and fits well, then yeah, of course.
If it's a Speedo, I don't know, but
No, a suit. Like if you put a suit on, shirt, jacket, nice pants, tie. How do you feel?
yeah.
Not. Just depends. They're not really for big dudes. Suits are for like very svelte. They're more designed for the svelte man, like the mediums of the world. It just doesn't
You think
feel.
so?
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
If you have broad shoulders, man, it's hard to find a suit that really fits you good. Because I just feel like a gorilla, like at a zoo, like when they put a bear on a tricycle in a tuxedo or something. It looks comical.
Because it seems like fewer jobs require men to regularly wear suits now, but what they're gaining in comfort, they may be losing in self-esteem. According to new research, the average man feels 67% more confident when sporting their best suit or tuxedo. And that doesn't mean they're confident about dressing themselves, though. About 20% of men admit they're not confident about their ability to tie a necktie.
I don't know how to do that either.
Tim can tie
Tim
his
can
own
tie as his own tie, but you know how like your lady will, let me do your tie. And then I've tried and I'm a total disaster.
Well, it sounds like many men aren't getting the reps that they used to get because around 10% said they have a go-to video they watch when they need to tie a tie. And another 10% say they only purchase clip-ons.
Come on. No, they don't. Nobody
Does the clip-on actually just clip once, or does it actually go around the entire neck and clip on?
Well, there's different types of there's the clip-on up front with the clasp, and there's also the go around the collar and then
clip underneath,
clip on to the side.
Interesting.
Nobody wears those.
Yeah, I've never seen a clip-on.
10% say they do.
No, they don't. That's for kids. No, nobody does that. Nobody that's wearing a tie anywhere would get caught with a clip-on tie.
I have a clip-on. It's about a foot long, though.
Yeah. See, it's like a joke.
It's pretty fun.
No way. I tie ties. I mean, I can tie anytime, and I do.
Can you tie a bow tie?
No, definitely not. I never.
Jack
never
tie
tried
tie.
that. But I can do that, and yet I still do the cheap ass. Leave it, with a little.
Yeah.
Whoop, and then take it over
Me
my.
too. Once it's tied, it's staying
Oh,
tied.
so you don't.
If I tie a great knot, I want to use the
If I
knot
get
as
a
many
good double
miles as I
Windsor,
can.
I want to hold on to
No,
that.
It's
Yeah.
bad for the tie.
I know it's bad for the tie, but I'm only wearing cheap ties for the most part because I'm wearing them on stage. And the other reason I do that is because I put it on the hanger, and I've lost too many ties on the road from falling out of my guitar cases or falling off the hangers or whatever. So it's a lot easier to do the cheat thing, keep the hoop, keep the noose, and then put the noose over the hanger. And that's just how I do it. And it looks so cheap. I know my band probably thinks that I can't tie a tie because I always show up with the noose already. And then, boop,
I don't know. I'll admit, it usually takes me like 2 or 3 times because I usually have the back end longer. And I'm like, damn it.
Yeah. Arm's length
is
right?
the issue.
Damn it. The back end is longer.
Arm's length. That's how you do it.
Oh, that's how you do it?
Yeah.
Arm's length?
Yeah, arm's length like this on the long side, on the fat side.
Yeah.
Yeah, then start there.
What do you
I
mean?
go leg length.
Start with an arm
Hold it
length.
out. Where's the other end?
Over here.
Over your shoulder?
And then like this, and then you come wrap the fat side, and then you start doing the tie.
That depends on your neck thickness.
Yeah, and mine is super thick. So if
Yuck.
if it's a little bit too long, then just go down to wrist length or whatever it is.
That's okay. I'll try that next
I
time.
will try
Either
that
way,
next time.
that's your ruler. You use your arm as your ruler. Find out where your sweet spot is, and then always just start at the sweet spot.
I just go to where the tie starts to get skinny, because I know there's nothing worse than a short tie. God.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
You want to mess a suit up? You can look. I don't care how cool you think you look, man. If you take that suit jacket off and there's about 2 inches of real estate between the point of the tie and your belt buckle, I'm not taking you serious.
Short tie.
And you can't go too long either. You can't go full Donald and go down. You can't have a knee. Can't have the tie down to your knees either. You got to pit. It really does need to hit the belt buckle. And if it doesn't, man, it's just hard to find that sweet spot. That's where I end up tying all my ties.
Man, some people will go to great lengths to appear younger than they are, but they're missing one big tell. And according to reports, Gen Z professionals are using email to guess a coworker's age. Not the body of the message, and not even the decision to use email in the first place, the actual address, assuming it's somebody's personal account.
Oh, yeah. Hotmail. AOL.
Right. If somebody's got an AOL, Lern at AOL.com, you could assume a certain thing about.
She misspelled Lern.
It's just something to just be wary of, I guess.
So if I have a Lycos one, it's still...
One young person says that if somebody has a Gmail handle with just their name and no additional letters or numbers, they probably claim that address early on, meaning they're likely to be over the hill a bit.
Oh, yeah. My personal email is somewhat to do with my name. Not my full name, but yeah.
Yeah, if my email address is scott@gmail.com, that means I'm the first person to get that. I'm the first Scott to go on there and get a Gmail address.
Yeah.
With no numbers associated with it.
Yeah, you should be taking a multivitamin now.
Absolutely. I got to be worrying about my fiber intake. Am I right?
Yes.
Well, thank you for the reminder.
This is also smart for young people to convince the older ones to be like, hey, you need to get rid of that user handle. And then I'll take it.
So there are also real old schoolers who finally caved at some point over the past couple of years and got an email account, but and they're in the same boat as the younger workers, except instead of Gmail, their domain is earthlink.net, or like the cable company.
Heck yeah.
Charter.
SBC
my
Global.
mom.
Chartered, yeah, SBC, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
SBCglobal.net.
Yeah,
For sure.
I love that one.
So these are all tells, by the way, and the young people are secretly judging us.
I've been using that for a long time. They're not the first ones to. If you send me something from a Hotmail account, I assume that I'm not going to be able to send you a PDF without you asking me how to get it off your computer.
Is Hotmail still a thing?
I think it got changed to MSN or something.
No, it's Outlook.
Outlook now.
but the Hotmail ones still work. It just goes to Outlook.
God, I haven't seen a Hotmail address.
Oh, man, that was my first
hot
email
minute.
address.
That's my dummy.
How dumb. The Good in Charlotte at hotmail.com.
That was yours. The Good and Charlotte.
Loved
Gross.
Good Charlotte. Oh, they were so cute.
Oh,
man.
That is awesome.
Great.
The Good in Charlotte at everyone email right now. The Good in Charlotte at
hotmail.com.
That is long gone. There is no, I haven't checked that in 25,000 years.
It's a good. I still use my Hotmail for my dummy account. Like if you have to fill something out and they won't let you fill it out without an email, and I don't want to get the spam,
Oh, yeah. I got a Yahoo account for that.
I got a Hotmail account. I haven't
Burner
looked
account?
at it in
Right on.
Yeah, well, actually,
15 years. Haven't even opened it.
It's not my burner account. It's somebody else's.
They're getting spam
Oh.
stuff.
There's no way somebody has this one. It's the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard.
And finally, here's a heads up for parents who could. This could save you a trip to the ER. A pediatric doctor has gone viral on TikTok for warning against something many parents have done: bathing their newborns in the kitchen sink.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it might seem convenient, but it turns out it's a lot riskier than you think. The doctor shared a recent case where a 3-week-old baby was brought to the emergency room with a fever, fussiness, poor feeding. After running tests, including blood and spinal fluid samples, they discovered the kid had a serious salmonella infection.
Oh.
And the surprising cause, the parents had been bathing the kid in the kitchen sink. Now, even though the parents said they disinfected the sink before every bath, it wasn't enough. The doctor explained that sinks used to prep raw chicken and other food can still harbor bacteria like salmonella. And since newborns have practically no immune system, even small amounts of bacteria can make them very sick. But it's not just about the germs. The doctor also pointed out that sinks can be slippery. Babies can bump into faucets. There's even a risk of hot water burns if a faucet gets turned on accidentally. So what's the alternative, guys?
Go to the bathroom.
Wait,
Not
what?
bathing your kid in the sink.
Right.
I thought you say not bathing your kid.
No, you get one of those small infant bathtubs. It's safer. It's more sanitary, specifically designed for bathing babies. And, of course, always supervise your baby during bath time. Don't leave the kid alone for even a second.
This study brought to you by babybathtubs.com.
That's right. I love an Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind when Jim Carrey is having his memories as a baby and he's in the sink with Clementine. It's so cute. And like, I don't, I'm an 80s baby, so I'm sure I was bathed in a sink and it was fine.
I'm sure we all were.
Yep.
But, some parents are arguing like, hey, I washed, the kids in the sink without any issues. Is it worth the risk, though, parents? A few extra steps to make sure that, the kid's all right can make a big difference. Or, listen, do what you want to do.
Yeah. Or just clean
I'm
your
just
kitchen.
telling you. They said even cleaning the kitchen, a deep clean. Listen, before we make chicken at the Rizz house, I rub the chicken over everything, every surface.
It's smart.
Get these kids immune
builds
to
immune,
it.
builds the immune system.
Well, and you're getting the. It's like putting the oil down on the pan. What are you building up? I forget. What do they call it? Seasoning. You're seasoning the pan.
I'm seasoning.
Well, my house has been seasoned for many years now with my family, so I want it in the chicken.
Yep.
Yeah.
The house is seasoned.
I save water by just doing it in the shower. I take my chicken
Or,
and veggies
Chris says a quick wash in the toilet's all good.
See, there you go.
Quick dunk, fine.
So many resolutions.
in there. Back of the tank.
Back of the tank.
Cleanest
of course.
water in the house.
Of course. All right, that is your news. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We will play the one-note song challenge. It's Lern versus the boys.
Oh, boy.
So, Scott, 4 people on the phone. Got 4 people. You could either do Team Lern or Team the boys. So I will play one note. One note from a song. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Let me get my folder. Let me get my one-note song challenge folder out. Here it is.
Example 1.
Okay. This is just an example, guys. So I'm going to play.
Oh,
Okay,
Lern.
don't say anything. Don't say a damn thing. Don't say a word.
Fine.
So you'll hear that. Like just that one note.
That
a
was a
damn
duck
duck.
farting.
Yeah. Affleck.
So we're going to get Lern out of the room. And we'll have the boys play. I got 16 songs. We'll see who could get the most correct.
All right. You're going to
And they are classic rock songs. They are songs from the 90s, songs from the 80s. I threw a couple pop songs in there. But these are all very familiar songs to each and every one of you.
Okay.
There's not one song that is obscure.
Fine.
I didn't go, rarities or B-sides or any of that garbage. These are all hit songs. Now, I played you the note. Rafe, can you tell me what song that is?
I think I can, yes. I believe that is Satisfaction.
Are you sure?
I feel pretty good about it.
False.
Lern?
I can't get no satisfaction.
Moon?
Oh,
I can't get no parentheses. Satisfaction. Parentheses.
Scott?
Wheels on the bus.
Yeah, Satisfaction.
Okay, it is I can't get no satisfaction from the Rolling Stones. Yeah. Okay, good. That's the example.
Great.
Would we have gotten the point? We would have got the point.
You're going to be very bitchy about.
I'll give you the
Okay,
point.
all right.
I will give you the point. Okay, I'll give you the point. You guys both get points. So Team Lern or Team the Boys. Incubus tickets, Static X tickets, PointFest tickets up for grabs. We'll play next. It is 7:51. It is Wednesday. Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have delays 70 eastbound between Missouri K and Missouri 79, exit 220. We also have some severe delays, 270 eastbound between 55 and 64. And then, of course, still that flooding in the exit ramp 44 eastbound to 141 southbound closed due to flooding. Your point forecast. Some showers are possible. High of 68. Right now it is 45 at the Point Studio.
So here we are, way back PointFest, and the first band of the day is a band that, through the course of my life, I think I've seen your band 6 times, but we've never chatted and said hello.
It's just strange that wouldn't happen. I know you mentioned Mississippi Nights.
Yeah.
We talked on the phone the other day. And
Yeah.
I remember the club well, We used to have great shows there, but it's like anything these days. Stuff doesn't stay around as long as you would think it would. So.
I remember something specific about this show, and it's a little creepy, so I'm going to go ahead and warn you. So where I was standing at Mississippi Nights, they had the back door open, and I could see directly into your tour bus.
Okay.
And I saw you. This is like right before you guys are going on, and I hadn't ever seen you before.
If I went to my first Battlehawks game on Sunday and I had a terrific time.
Yeah, you were saying it was awesome.
And I learned that the Battlehawks have some very rabid fans. And, Hot Shots is the official battle bar and partner of your St. Louis Battlehawks for 2025. So join other Battlehawks fans at any Hot Shots location to catch every Battlehawks matchup, home or away. Experience the best cacaw party in town. The Battle Bar watch parties will be packed with giveaways and prizes and more as the Battlehawks charge towards their first UFL championship. So bring your loudest caw and cheer on St. Louis's favorite football team. And they got all specials and watch parties as well.
Oh, yeah. The Battlehawks game day specials that are available during every single Battlehawks game. You got the combo for $20, large one-topping pizza and Bud Select pitcher. Battle Apps combo for $25. Any 2 apps, excluding quesadillas, 6-pack tacos, and sampler, and a Bud Select pitcher. Plus Battle Bombs for $5 because every deserves a proper blast. These are official Battlehawks watch parties. They have them for every away game. The next one coming up is Saturday, April 19th at 11 a.m. That's at Hot Shots on Lindbergh. Hot Shots St. Charles. Hot Shots, the official sports bar of the Rizzuto Show and home to STL Sports since 1990. For more info, go to hotshotsnet.com.
I'm a fan, I'm a freaking nerd, I'm a big fan. St. Louis City has my heart, and Together Credit Union has made it so very easy for me. Not only have they dressed me well with this lovely scarf, but they gave me access to the St. Louis City SC Visa card. The credit and the debit card exclusive to Together Credit Union members, but it's gotten me 10% off food and bev in the stadium at the home opener. It got me 10% off at the team store, which is beautiful, by the way. And you know how Rizz and I are super cheap with our time. We don't like to stop or wait in lines because we're prissy, we're crybabies, whatever. I got express entry because of this little card right here, so you can get it too at Together Credit Union. I love them. Go City! All for City! We're talking about shopping local, right? STLmattressdirect.com. Mattress Direct, right here in St. Louis. Campbell Mattress. Made here in Missouri. Missouri-made mattresses. Why pay to get a mattress made somewhere else and shipped here when you can get such a deal right here from Mattress Direct? And right now they're celebrating Campbell Mattresses' 90th anniversary by giving you free sheets and 2 free pillows with the purchase of a Campbell mattress at Mattress Direct. Check them out now. STLmattressdirect.com.
To talk about prevented.org. I've done their podcast before too, and they have some incredible programs, informed by experience and backed by the best practice. If you are dealing with any sort of substance abuse, or you have someone in your life, a youth that may be kind of going through something and they're pointing towards substances or substance abuse, you want to prevent this kind of stuff. Prevented.org. It's prevention, education, and these are incredible education programs. They have so many resources. And, I want to get the word out there about their Guide Ed program, which is for teens, for youth, for kids that are maybe dealing with it, like I said, and could really benefit from a substance use assessment by a counselor. And by the way, it's no cost to families. Isn't that amazing? And after the assessment, an appropriate referral is provided for the kiddo to see exactly, what would be recommended in their individualized situation to make sure that they're developing the most fitting plan for each kid, for each family. And again, this is I've spoken to the people over there, and they have remarkable experience with teens and with adults, and they are working on this day in, day out. You have so many resources there, and again, it's no cost to families. And who can refer? We're talking about parents. We're talking about grandparents. We're talking about school administrators, teachers, anybody can refer somebody that they see in need. Check out this Prevent Ed program, the Guide Ed program specifically for youth. Prevented.org, that is where you want to go. Again, it's prevention education, so prevented.org.
So here we are, way back PointFest, and the first band of the day is a band that, through the course of my life, I think I've seen your band 6 times, but we've never chatted and said hello.
It's just strange that wouldn't happen. I know you mentioned Mississippi Nights.
Yeah.
We talked on the phone the other day, and
Yeah.
I remember the club well. We used to have great shows there, but it's like anything these days. Stuff doesn't stay around as long as you would think it would. So.
I remember something specific about this show, and it's a little creepy, so I'm going to go ahead and warn you. So where I was standing at Mississippi Nights, they had the back door open, and I could see directly into your tour bus.
Okay.
And I saw you. This is like right before you guys are going on, and I hadn't ever seen you before to this night, and you had like this black leather jacket on, like these skinny sort of jeans, and I was like, this dude is a bad man. And you were, and it was such a great show because that night it was a couple of different bands. Letters to Cleo were on that bill. Yeah. Ned's Atomic Dustbin were on that bill. I love those guys as well. So it was like a cool thing. But it was the first night that I saw you guys, and Vinny, you had this like for real frontman rock star presence about you that I thought was very cool at the time.
You sure put the pressure on me today. Where do you go from there?
Right. But you know what though? And speaking of that role as the frontman is it's like an important thing, man, because not only the nuts and bolts of the creative side of the music and the lyric writing and stuff, but I mean having that image for the band is an important one, whether you want to kind of admit to that or not.
Oh, certainly. And it's something that we seemed to cultivate early on in the career of the band. We wanted to do that thing. We revere rock and roll, and it almost sounds like I'm just copying Elvis on his '68 comeback. You know what I mean? You can't reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? It's like that's pretty much it.
Right. I think it's also funny too when you guys say, "Hey, I'm just ripping Elvis. That's all I'm doing." Or you know what I mean? Like when you have another artist that come by, like, "Yeah, well, I'm not that cool. I just got it from this guy." I think it's funny when you guys are the first ones to admit that.
I mean, it's like that's the gold standard, man. You look all the way back, even to the Ed Sullivan years. There's reruns on TV these days all over the place, and you look at that and you're reminded of how cool it was. And to me, like I go, it doesn't get much better than that, and that's why you influence just generations and generations of groups.
You're from an amazing city. You're from an amazing city that has this unbelievable tradition of rock and roll music. You have this city that has this unbelievable tradition of rhythm and blues and soul music. How did that all come together for you as you guys as musicians? Because again, that is a best of all of.
All right, fellas. Yeah, just talking to you fellas. It's your pal Rizz here. And if you're feeling like you're running on empty, Mentality Health is going to help you out. Now, let's talk about why you might not be feeling like yourself and how you could change that starting today. Because you might not be feeling like yourself because you are suffering from low testosterone. Low energy, low motivation, you're tired all the time, weight gain, muscle loss, you're anxious, you're moody, you're irritable, lack of focus, lack of mental clarity, low libido, of course, which can strain relationships. So Mentality got 2 locations. You got Chesterfield and you have South County. They're a local healthcare facility that specializes in helping men feel and perform at their very best. Board-certified physicians provide a full physical, a consultation, and blood panel analysis all during your first visit. And they focus on free testosterone levels, which many doctors overlook, ensuring your treatment is tailored to your body. Your energy is going to come roaring back. Your belly fat's going to burn off. Your muscles are going to strengthen. You're going to feel like yourself again. And here's why Mentality stands out. It's fast, it's easy, it's safe. Treatments are designed to fit your life, even with a busy schedule. And Mentality physicians have helped guys discover and address other health conditions during routine checks. So don't let low testosterone hold you back. Take back your numbers. Take back control. MentalityHealth.com/radio. MentalityHealth.com/radio.
Oh, let's do it now.
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now. Okay, so wait, and Clovis, I don't think you have a clue how bad this gun hurts. Would you like an example? Would you like to try? Would you put your butt on the line and?
You guys can shoot me.
Yeah. Have Scott. How about you shoot Clovis first?
Can I take one
shot in the
Can I
tush?
take one of his shots and give him 4?
What? No.
Oh, that's happened. I'd like to. I mean, just as a gesture.
I mean,
of
that's a pretty.
goodwill.
That's a pretty amazing friend, right
Ready?
there.
Yeah, I was already snacking. Do you want me in here?
No. I want you. Yeah, I want to explain the rules and stuff like that.
All right, cool.
For the game coming up.
I already ordered my snacks. So.
Oh, you ordered snacks already?
Yeah.
Oh, you're heating stuff up?
Yeah, I got an
Making
Auntie Anne's
nachos?
pretzel
Nice.
from the West County Mall and some
fish in the microwave.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Fish in the microwave. Gross,
It's
guys. Gross.
Snakehead fish. So she's doing her.
Oh,
she's
good.
just
Yeah, I just
suffocating it in
found
the
one.
microwave.
All right. Let's give away some stuff. All right, we are playing the one-note song contest. It's Lern versus the boys. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to send Lern away. Have your phone on you, okay? So
Okay.
we'll text you when you're ready to come back in. So we have 16 songs altogether. I'm going to play you one note. Sometimes it's two notes. But like, for example... Like, what's that song? And you all get Satisfaction from the Stones, and you are all correct. That is a piece of that. So it's simple. Are you Team Lern or are you Team the boys? So I'll play the boys the notes. I'm not going to tell them the answers yet.
Okay.
And then we'll bring Lern back in, and you will take the same quiz, and we'll see who gets the most right.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck to
And
you
by the
guys.
way, so Scott, get in here.
Oh,
So you boys are gonna have to work together.
You're going to have to get along.
You have to get along, okay?
Okay.
You have to do this together.
Fine.
All right, let's go to the phones, and we've got Meredith. Hello, Meredith.
Good morning.
Are you Team Lern or Team the boys?
Oh, I think Lauren will mop the floor with y'all.
Oh, wow,
Sorry.
nice.
you,
Team
Meredith.
Lern.
Wow.
All right, Jenna. Hello.
You jinxed it.
It's Gina.
Gina. I'm sorry, Gina. My apologies. Can you forgive me?
So good.
Okay. Team Lern or Team
Yes, I do.
boys?
I'm going with Lauren.
Team Lern.
Gina.
Gina. Okay. Brendan. Team Lern or Team the boys?
Gotta go with the boys.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what I'm talking about.
Team the boys. Hang on. And is it Neiman?
Yep.
All right, Neiman. Team the boys or Team Lern?
I'll go with the boys as well.
Team. So it is
Women
Boys
versus
versus
men.
women's versus men.
Come a long
And today's
way,
contest
America.
is sponsored by.
CarStar, your auto body repair expert. Hail damage? See them at carstar.com.
All right, so we got Incubus tickets, we got Static X tickets, and we got PointFest tickets. So we'll be Team Lern. Will it be Team the boys? Hey, we could tie too.
Let's hear it for the boys.
So get out.
All right, bye.
Tie,
Make sure
nobody
and
wins.
promise you're not going to listen.
I'm not listening. I hate this show.
Okay, thank you. All right, Team the boys. We're going to start with this song. What is this? Any idea? I'll play it again.
I do have an idea. Ba-da-da-da, dun, 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 ba-da-da-da. What song is that? I've
Are you
been
sure?
waiting so long. Sunshine of My Life? Sunshine of My Love.
Sunshine.
By whom?
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Oh,
I need a title.
Sunshine of my love. Sunshine of my love.
Is it Iron Butterfly?
It's love, not life, right?
I don't know. I think it's Love.
Yeah, Sunshine of my love.
Sunshine of My Love.
You agree, Scott?
yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
We're all in.
Do we need to know the artist?
No.
Good.
Okay.
It also has the
I
same
don't know. I guess it's Iron
tone as
Butterfly.
Mrs. Brown.
Okay. Here we go.
Is
Next
that
song.
where we?
Yeah.
If you guys
Lock
have
it
other
in.
ideas, tell me.
No,
lock
I
it
like
in. Lock
that.
it in.
No,
Lock it. What's the
It's
final? What's the
100%.
final answer?
Sunshine
it.
of my love.
Sunshine of My Love. Okay.
Of your love. Sunshine of
Sunshine
of
of
your
my-
love. It's your love.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Your.
Sunshine of
Okay.
my
All right. That's it.
love.
Next one.
Okay. Well, that was the sample you gave us, right?
No, that's a different song.
Wow.
This is the first song. This is the second song.
But that was
Oh,
the.
Purple Haze.
Yeah, Purple Haze. Thank you.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Sounds like Satisfaction again.
That's but that's a different key.
Yeah.
This is
I trust
Satisfaction.
you.
This is the second song.
Yeah,
Also,
What? Oh, okay.
Purple
these
Haze.
all sound like truck stop
Now that you
bathrooms
played
too.
them back to back,
That's-
it's
that's-
clear.
No. It's Purple
Are you
Haze.
sure?
Final answer, Purple Haze.
I trust. Okay, I trust Moon Purple Haze. On my mind.
Okay.
My
Next song.
That's a snappier snare. That's
Wow.
what's the Gary Sharon band?
Van Halen.
No, the Born to Be Wild. Born to be. Is that Gary Sharon? Who is that?
That Born to Be Wild is not Gary Sharon.
Whatever band that is, it's Born to Be Wild. Thank God we don't have to do the thing. Because it's that real snap flam that's way too close.
Snap flam.
What happens after it?
Born to Be. Doesn't it come straight in? Splat, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
I got nothing else, yeah.
Okay.
Marching band
he
from
seems
high
sure
school,
of it.
maybe.
Okay. Born to Be Wild. What is this one?
I don't know about that.
Sounds like a Skinnerd.
It does?
I don't know. I mean, to me, yes. That doesn't mean I'm right.
One more time.
I could also take a no answer.
Sorry, do it one more time. Man, I don't know. Can we come back to that?
Okay.
Let's get some other things out of our head first.
That's
Okay. What is this one?
Sweet Home Alabama.
That's Skinnerd for sure.
yeah.
What is it?
So that
Sweet
rules
Home
out.
Alabama.
Good move. We just ruled out Skinnerd for the one before.
Yeah.
You want to hear the one before again?
No.
Not
Don't mess
yet,
us
not
up.
yet, not
Just
yet,
keep
not yet,
going.
not yet.
Okay. What is this?
Oh, come on, man. That's Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah,
Gee
for sure.
whiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not even the beginning.
Got to the first riff.
Okay. Here's 7.
Under the Bridge.
Yep.
You right.
Under the bridge.
Bingo, 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 ding, dong, ding, ding, dong.
Okay. What is this one?
Black Hole Sun.
Do, 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 do. Sure that's not Three Doors Down?
No. It's like twice the BPM.
That'd be awesome.
What is it?
That's Black Hole Sun.
Yeah, it's Kim Theo for sure. Right?
Okay. What is this?
Bound. Creep. That's Radiohead Creep.
Oh, good call. Yeah.
Dum,
I also thought for a second it was Hook, but it's
G. Creep.
G Creep. Yep.
Are we agreeing?
Burn.
Yeah, that big
I defer to the boys.
What is it?
that big splash. It's Creep.
Creep. Radio.
Okay. What about this one?
That's,
Is that Oasis?
yeah.
Yeah,
it's,
Oasis.
Today is gonna be the day.
Yeah, Wonderwall.
Okay, that is Wonder. Yeah, yeah.
Back to you.
Song?
Wonderwall.
Raw. Wall.
Wait.
Feels the way
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
Okay. What is this?
Ban.
Stone Temple Pilots. Which one is it? Highway or Interstate? No.
Plush.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know the names
not-
of any.
it's not
I
Wicked
can sing
Garden.
it for
It's
you,
not
but I don't
Interstate
know
It's
the
Love
not Dead and
Song.
Bloated. It's not Interstate. It's Plush.
name. All right.
Thank you.
And it's not Thank You. It's not the
Final
later ones.
answer?
Plush.
Plush.
Okay. What about this?
The Nirvanas.
Come as you are.
is.
Come as you are.
Yeah.
Final answer?
Concur.
Come as you
Yeah,
are.
for sure.
Okay.
The 90s stuff is easy for us.
Not for me. Sweet dreams I'm made of.
Are you
Nice.
kidding me?
I think that was the Eurythmics.
Bum, bum,
Yes,
bum,
it's gotta
bum,
be.
bum, dun, 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 dun,
Good
dun,
job,
dun.
man.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're taking this home.
Yeah.
We're winning this.
Nice. Oh.
One more time.
I'm trusting him.
Yeah.
I'm going with it.
Man, I could be.
That-
that could be a Nine Inch
Hey,
Nails song that I don't
But that
know.
fizzle,
Don't
that
think it through.
fizzle,
No, he's right. That's got that weird 80s
that is
saw.
that's
It's got
yeah,
that,
the correct
that
one.
Eurythmics like
Yeah.
synth fizzle.
You've been trusting us. We're trusting you. Go.
Yeah.
Song?
Sweet dreams.
Is it called Sweet Dreams or is it Sweet Dreams are made of these?
Okay, we'll give us
Sweet
credit.
dreams.
Hey, well-
We'll get credit for it if that's right.
Okay.
It's-
Here's song 14.
We're confident. Bam, bam.
Girls
Bam,
just
bam,
want to have
Just
fun.
wanna have fun.
Yeah.
Girls Girls just want to have lunch. Now we're the real one.
Cynthia Lauper. Girls just want to have fun.
Yeah.
Locking it in?
Yes.
Lock it in.
Yeah, sounds good. I like it.
The phone rings in the middle of the night.
Okay, what is this?
Final countdown.
Wait.
Yeah.
I can see Job on Arrested Development throwing glitter. Pennies.
I mean, this is literally one note.
You nailed it. Scott goes to bed every night listening to that.
Yeah, that's my song.
What is the song?
If it's not Final Countdown, we're willing to die. We're willing to walk into traffic.
Okay, and finally,
Wait.
Alan Jackson.
No. It doesn't start with a symbol. That's that's a
Footloose.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Footloose. He threw me off with Chattahoochee for a second.
I know,
That's
that
Footloose all day.
But you're right. That little.
The panned symbol.
That's the Loggins.
Hey, can we
So
go
we gotta
back?
go back to 4.
we're going
Right?
to go back to 4. I'm going to play it for you 2 more times, and if you don't know it, you don't know it.
I hope it's Hocus Pocus by Focus.
No,
we
we already did that one. Well, I'm sorry.
It's got to be an Aerosmith thing.
Just do it one more time.
This is it.
That's Aerosmith, right?
Yeah, sure. Guess.
Is that it?
No, because that doesn't that start with a kick on it?
Dude, I don't know. I'm guessing. You said Aerosmith. I'm trying to figure out what Aerosmith song.
I need an answer.
You want to say "Walk This Way"?
Yes, let's go for that.
Let's throw one out there.
I have
I don't
no
think
clue.
that's right, but
Again, I hope it's
better than nothing.
I thought that started with a kick drum.
It better
All right,
be
let's
Hocus
bring Lern
Pocus.
back in.
Hocus Pocus from Focus.
Let's bring Lern back in. Text her.
Man,
I'm texting her now.
good luck.
That was awesome.
Good. Where is she?
She coming. She's eating
She's
fish.
taking her headphones off on while she's listening.
Let's see how she did.
Oh.
Listen, the number 4, I thought you guys blew it.
We
Took a
blew
long
it.
time. 16
Okay.
songs?
It
Learn.
felt like 40.
Go.
I will give the answers as well after you answer.
Okay.
Okay? Here's your first song. What is this?
Sunshine of Your Love, Cream.
Can somebody keep
Yes.
score?
I will do everything.
So, I'm sorry, say it again.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Sunshine of Your Love, Cream.
The boys said Sunshine of Your Love, and the answer is Sunshine of Your Love. Your love? Your love. You said it. You did. Nice. They said Sunshine of My Love at first.
Almost biffed it.
Okay, 1-1. Learn, what's this?
It's Jimi Hendrix. Purple Haze. Jimi Hendrix, Purple Haze.
Lock it in?
Yeah.
The boys said Purple Haze as well, and it is Purple Haze. Okay. Learn, what's this?
Oh man, it could be so many things. I'm gonna go Steppenwolf, Born to Be Wild, though.
The boys said Born to Be Wild, but they couldn't get Steppenwolf, but didn't count. You said Gary Sharon?
I don't remember.
What the
man.
hell?
It's all. It all.
It's all the same
Steppenwolf
guy.
is
Drew
the
us off with
band,
Gary
and it
Sharon.
is Born to Be Wild.
So do they get that point?
Didn't
They
go
got
right
it.
into
Okay.
it. I was
There
like,
must be a.
there's
There must be a
interlude.
song that he does that starts with that flam.
I mean, how about this? I mean, you guys got it off this. That's amazing.
That is
Yeah,
amazing.
That is
amazing.
ridiculous. Good job, Pete.
All right, here's song
Weirdos.
number 4.
Okay.
Song number 4. Learn. What is this?
Smoke on the Water, Deep Purple.
God, she's
Smoke
a
on the Water,
freaking
Deep Purple.
savant.
Yes. They said Aerosmith's Walk This Way.
Nice.
She is a freaking savant.
God.
Dang, smoke.
4-3.
Smoke on that.
as
Can
you
you hear it?
said
Hey, we had to play a perfect game, boys. But you know
Wow.
what? Maybe she won't get them all.
Yep.
Listen to
probably
it.
won't.
Listen to it again. There it is.
Golly.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Toughest song in the world to learn.
Here's song number 5. Learn, what's this?
Sweet Home Alabama, Leonard Skinner.
Show me Sweet Home Alabama. Got it. What's this?
Eye of the Tiger from Survivor.
Wrong. You want to change your answer?
Not that song, different song.
Did you guys get it?
Yeah, they got it.
Okay.
What's this?
Under the Bridge, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
They said the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. Lauren's still up by 1. What's this?
Black Hole Sun, Soundgarden.
The boys said Black Hole Sun, and it is Black Hole Sun. Excellent. All right, what's this?
Creep, Radiohead.
And the boys said Creep by Radiohead, and it is...
Unreal.
What's this?
That is Oasis, and it is Wonderwall.
Show me Wonderwall, because that's what the boys said too. Okay. What's this?
Dun, 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 dun.
I'll play it again.
Yeah. When I feel time's a waste to go. Okay, it's STP, and then I this is one of those Green Day bands where I always get all the stupid STP.
Same problem we had.
Screwed up. And I feel.
Will she
time's
guess
a waste
correctly?
to go.
Did we guess correctly?
What would you say? And I'm feeling.
I'm gonna need an answer.
Cause I'm feeling. Hang on, let me work it out. Where you going for tomorrow?
You singing is not going to help.
Yes, it does.
Hey,
Where you going
do
with
that.
the master
I helped you guys.
And I feel when the dogs began to smell. Left to stand a row.
Okay, come on. I need a title.
It's not.
You can come back to it if you want.
You want to come back to it?
Yeah, let's come back to it
Okay,
because
we'll
I got
come
to
back
work
to
on
that
that
one.
a little bit. It's STP though.
Okay, what is this?
Come as you are, Nirvana.
The boys said the same thing. Okay, now we're getting into some tough ones. Got a couple more to go here. What's this?
Sweet Dreams, Eurythmics.
Show me Sweet Dreams, and that's what the boys said too.
Okay.
She didn't even consider another song.
Okay. Wow. What about this one?
Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Cyndi Lauper.
Okay, you got that. What about
She's a robot.
this one?
Da-da-na-na, da-da-da-da. The Final Countdown, Europe.
And that's what the boys said too.
By the way, she hasn't missed a band.
I think we may get her on this one. This is the final song. This is song number 16.
Okay.
And then we'll go back to the one that you couldn't get.
Okay. Wait on, I had a hooch. That's Alan Jackson. Oh, hold up. Oh, screw this song, man. Is that what is it? Chattahoochee.
You don't need to spell it correctly.
Under on the. Is it not cat? I'm thinking cats because I love cats.
That's what the song's about.
That's the river in your yard.
Oh man, this will probably get me way down under the Chattahoochee. Chattahoochee boogie.
If you're close, I'll give it to you.
It's the Chattanooga.
If you just get it close. Just get it close. Get it
Alan
close.
Jackson,
If it's close, I'll give it to you.
Chattahoochee.
Good enough.
I need you to lock in an answer.
It's something Chattahoochee. Chattahoochee. Great.
Was it what we said?
Saved by the Loggins.
That is Footloose by Kenny Loggins.
Loggins,
do?
I've never seen it.
I need an answer for this
That's
one.
a crazy thing for someone like you to say.
I know.
Heck, who says they hate Kenny Loggins?
No, I don't hate Kenny Loggins. I just don't like that song. I don't.
Oh, I know somebody that
like
hates
the
Kenny
movie.
Really? Why?
You haven't
What's
seen the
wrong with
movie?
them?
I don't want to see it. It's
A few things.
I don't know.
Weird. Dirty Dancing fan, not a Footloose fan. Doesn't make sense in a world we live in. Simulation's
messed up.
broken.
You ain't
Learn.
real.
I need an answer
I
for
know.
this one. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man.
This is for
Let's
the
see.
win.
I'm going through it. All right. So it is not Vaseline. It is.
If you get this, you win. If
I
you
know.
don't, it's
No.
over.
If she gets this, we're tied. If she doesn't, she loses.
Tie goes to the
Interstate Love
Tie goes to
Song.
Lern. Or does
Wow.
everybody get tickets?
She got one wrong.
Before should we get it?
We both have one wrong.
You both have one wrong. So if she gets this right, she wins.
But
she
if
Yeah, if we get it wrong,
So you're
then-
saying we got it wrong?
you guys got it right.
Oh, we did get it right.
So if she gets it right, we're tied.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
If she gets it
No,
wrong,
she already got one wrong.
and we got one wrong.
You got one wrong.
So we're tied.
Yep.
You're tied.
If we
We're
both
either
get
gonna
this
win or
right, we
tie.
remain tied.
Hey, we can't
oh yes,
lose,
yes.
bruh.
You can't. You guys cannot lose.
Do we give a tie only to
Tie.
Lern? Or does everybody?
Everybody
get
gets
tickets?
tickets.
You got an answer?
Oh man.
You guys got it right.
Pressure's on.
It is so on right now. I hate you
Oh.
all.
Saved by the
Hey, just so you know,
It's not unglued. It's not dead and bloated. It's
I'm going to play
not-
one more time.
just so you know, it took all three of us to do this game.
And we still were not sure about this one. This was we threw one out.
I can't get to the chorus in my brain, and that's what's screwing me up right now. Gosh damn it.
We go.
What a mash about. Gosh, I am.
3,
I'm just gonna say
2.
that it is. It's
1.
not. I'm gonna just go. I'm saying it. I am saying
3,
it.
2, 1. Lock it
I'm
in.
going to say it now.
All righty.
Damn you, Scott Weiland. I am gonna just say Interstate Love Song, even though I know that's not it, and F my life.
The song is called Plush.
Of course.
That means the boys win. Let's hear it for the boys.
The best part is it took all three of us to come up with that, and you did it by yourself and lost by one.
I know.
I was saying singing it. This Plush
I
is
know
not
Plush
in the,
is not in the song.
Plush, plush. Plush, plush.
I love IKEA.
Let's do a little bit. Start here.
Okay. Yeah, get you some.
Those aren't pennies, they're doves.
I love people on the Coleman's camper text line telling us that it's too easy. Yeah, freaking right.
It's not. Like, I get Green Day songs and STP songs mixed up because I don't attach titles to songs
Yeah.
the way that other songs attach titles to. And it's a weird brain block.
Don't
So.
be mean to the text line.
All right, well, I'll wait till you put your song game together,
Please.
okay? Texters.
I think you did a great job.
You guys
me
did a
too.
great
Okay,
job.
it's
All
fine.
of
Everybody
you.
did good. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Pats on everybody's backs. Way to ruin it, 314 for me.
Good job.
What did we miss? It was one that was.
Smoke on the water.
Smoke on the water. What'd we
Scott,
say?
can you get Kerber on the phone?
What did we say?
We said something dumb.
Oh, walk this
Walk
way.
this way.
We said something real dumb.
She
She didn't even hesitate. And honestly, she knew every band.
I did know
Yeah, you
every
guys
band.
struggled with the
If we
bands.
were doing
didn't know Kenny
songs
Loggins.
and bands, we were toast.
Maybe next time we'll just do bands.
Oh, we're
you gotta get
screwed.
both?
Game's over.
Where you got to get bands and songs. Whew. All right, we'll talk to Chris Kerber after the break. It's 8:27. It is Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Severe delays. Gravois, eastbound between 141 and 270. Your point forecast, there are a few showers possible. High of 68 right now. It is 46 at the Point Studio.
nerve-wracking day.
Why?
You guys and Queens of the Stone Age, back-to-back interviews. I'm already a high-strung person. Whew. I can't wait to have a beer when this is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
You don't need to worry about us.
Well, yeah, but I do though, because see, here's where the rub is with me and bands that I really like. If it's a band that I'm about, I can power right through. But then when it's a band that I really dig, then there's a bit of that fanboy stuff that starts popping out, and that's what I'm trying to control. So here, I'm bringing it down. I'm going to do my best professional interview as I.
You're doing very well so far.
Together we can all do this.
We can all do this. So I had the fortune of seeing you guys on Saturday. I was in Austin at ACL. And I want to talk about this. I got to talk about this. Because I know you guys had troubles. I guess it was with pedals.
With cables and amps weren't turning on, basically, yeah.
But from where I was standing and watching from my vantage point, it was a flipping phenomenal show. Like, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, if you want to have a very, 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 very fun Saturday afternoon, we'll get your calendars out. April 26th, noon to 9 at Four Brothers Mead. It's the 5th annual Seeger Blot, and this is so fun. If you love the old world experience, you love going to Ren fairs, this is for you. And in fact, I'll be out there on Saturday as well, giving away all kinds of goodies and hanging out. And I love this event. If you've never been to Four Brothers Mead, they do these parties right. I mean, the whole area is just covered with all kinds of incredible vendors, and they got battle reenactments. In fact, you can bring your family for this. It's a great family event. They have live blacksmithing from past forge and fire contestants, glass blowing, chainsaw carving, live music, food trucks, and so much more. And if you go to fourbrothersmead.com, which I encourage you to do, you could check out their Mead Club members because they will have a VIP tent for you all there, which has incredible goodies. So go to Four Brothers Mead. And again, this is April 26th, noon to 9, and I'll be hanging out. It's going to be fun. So dress up in your Viking gear, your old world attire, your Ren Fair gear. Come out to Four Brothers Mead in Festus Saturday, April 26th, noon to 9, fourbrothersmead.com.
Yeah, I gotta say once again, thanks to Herb Equipment for bringing some toys up here to Rizz Farm. And you know, we gotta do some mulching. So Mike and Chad here brought a tractor with them. And check this out. It says Captain Rizz on the side. All right, so we're gonna use this to get the mulch from and it's gonna go into the trailer. So I don't know how to use this thing. So who's gonna show me how to operate this fine piece of machinery?
I got you covered, Rizz. This is a 3046R John Deere 46 horsepower tractor. Hop on in, man. I can give you a little rundown of everything.
Where's the air conditioner?
That's as fast as you go. It's the wind in your hair.
Okay.
Hey, the first thing you got to do is give it a crank over.
So I turn the key.
At that point, that selective control valve, which is that lever right there, that'll operate that front loader. Pull back, that'll raise up. If you pull it towards you, it'll tilt it in. There you go. And it'll do the opposite. If you push it away from you, it'll dump. This will allow you to go forward, reverse. Very simple nowadays.
Even I can figure that out. There's arrows. So the arrow pointed this way means go forward, and the arrow that way means go backwards that way. So where's the stereo?
The stereo, the next thing we're going to put in for you. Yeah, but right here is that's where you get all your RPM. So when you want to hit it and get it, push things forward.
Oh, boy.
That's where all that horsepower comes.
So I would assume the rabbit is fast and the turtle is slow.
That is correct.
All right, mulch. Here we go.
Lowe's, and you know how much I love Lowe's. I'm even a rewards. I got the My Lowe's rewards over there, and you can do a personal or a business account. And you can shop, earn, and save. And this is the time. Spring landscape starts here at Lowe's. They have incredible deals on all sorts of things, lawn and garden, to make sure that your grass is the envy of all your neighbors. They've got incredible deals on appliances, outdoor tools and equipment, patio furniture, grills, and outdoor cooking tools. All the bathroom stuff, and you know that layout is just amazing. So shop those SpringFest deals You can do it by category on the website, Lowe's.com, or, go into your local Lowe's. And Lowe's knows how to help you save on top products as well. If you visit Lowe's during the Missouri Show Me Green sales tax event, the tax holiday April 19th through the 25th, you get up to 35% off of select energy appliances. Plus, you can save big on LG Turbo Wash, front-load washers and dryers, and the LG 24-inch dishwasher. Again, huge savings because Lowe's, they help and you save. Again, check out that My Lowe's Rewards program as well there and get in on that Missouri Show Me Green sales tax holiday, April 19th through the 25th at Lowe's, Lowe's.com.
Well, here we are backstage at PointFest with Greek Fire.
Hey!
Gentlemen.
Hi, Donnie.
So guys, how'd it go today?
Well, it went excellently.
Yeah, man.
You know why? Because so we had, just to fill anybody in, we had a bunch of technical difficulties, and it really wasn't anyone's fault, but a whole bunch of stuff was going wrong. But I tell you what, man, the St. Louis crews worked so hard. Everybody is friendly here. Thank goodness for Midwestern hospitality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody did such a great job fixing it. We got it on. And honestly, it was a blessing in disguise because it gave a few more minutes for these seats to fill up. And boy, St. Louis was ready, man. Like it was such a good crowd. And opening the main stage can be very difficult.
Yeah, man, that's tough. That's a gig that some people don't necessarily want.
Yeah, me neither. And but I do my part.
Yeah.
And we were like excited for the challenge because opening the main stage, a lot of people, even when they're like ready for a show, you got to pace yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
5 o'clock's a little early to be going wild.
Yeah.
But dude, I thought they brought it, honestly. And it was a blessing in disguise that it was a little trouble. We started a little late, cut one song, that was it, and had an excellent time. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it felt great to me once we got going.
But as you guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, but being in bands and going through the come up, as it were, you have to kind of learn how to deal with freaking crazy crap going on probably fairly often, right?
Keep your head on the swivel.
Which would be a tough thing to do because I'd get pissy and want to walk out the door. Just for me personally, that's how it would go down.
I think you handle it the best.
Yeah, best thing to do that I've learned is just step back and focus on playing, keeping everything together in your own head, and then you can get to that point eventually where you get a little looser, but sometimes it can be pretty tough to center yourself when you're on a weird stage with no sound and whatever happens.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This ain't our first barbecue. This ain't our first rodeo, and we've had many of mishaps happen and that kind of stuff. And honestly, for a band like ours, for the most part, that kind of becomes some of the fun of it. It kind of takes out some of the monotony, especially if you're on tour. It gets a little Groundhog Day if the crowds are sort of similar. Obviously, hometown here, we want to do our absolute best and give it our all and go home with broken bones and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to learn to roll with the punches. If you don't, if a band doesn't roll with the punches, you know that they.
All right, so way back PointFest, we are backstage with the Urge, and we just learned a very valuable lesson. That when the microphone says mute, that means that they can't hear Steve.
It's muted. That is not working.
That is not working.
It ain't happening.
Boy, oh boy. So we found out so far that I'm sweaty, the microphones don't work.
Hey, have you spent some time recently cleaning out your garage, or maybe you got a piece of property and you've got, scrap metal lying around? What are you going to do with it? You going to throw it in the dumpster and then say goodbye and that's it? How about recycling it? How about making some money off it? That's Scrap Mart Metals. This is where they come into play. 3 locations, Valley Park right at 141 and 44, Jonesburg and Peevely. Clean, safe, convenient. Lucas, the owner, he's a great guy. Feel free to mention him by name. But they'll take copper, they'll take steel, they'll take brass. Make some money. Clean up on job sites is the worst part of the job. Contractors, make it easy on yourself. Get that dump trailer, fill it with the scrap, drive on the scale at Scrap Mart, and let them recycle it for you. Nothing shady. The scale weights are visible to you. Everything, I swear to God, is on the up and up. It's Scrap Mart Metals. ScrapMartMetals.com. That's ScrapMartMetals.com. Valley Park, Jonesburg, and Peevely. ScrapMartMetals.com.
Your chair at least stops. Mine just steadily like moves. So I could not be facing you by the time this interview is over. All right, so here we are, Enterprise Center, gigantic sold-out show with 21 pilots tonight. Josh, it's really great to see you again, man.
Yeah, great to see you too.
So first things first, so we did this promotion a little bit earlier where a bunch of our winners asked you guys questions.
Yeah.
And first of all, the questions from the listeners were amazing.
Fantastic.
I mean, they were really great, really well thought out. But also what I really appreciated, man, is that you...
Good day, Rizz.
All right, welcome back to the program. Hey, make sure you check out the Rizz Olympics, the thrilling conclusion, up on the Points YouTube page. That's brought to you by DraftKings. And a lot of people sending Moon suggestions for the Track 270 playlist that he's going to have to cultivate for Rafe and I as we make our way around 270. 5 laps. I mean, you got it already? You know what you're doing?
Oh, it's it's live. I have a Track 270 punishment playlist.
Can you give me one song that's going to be on it?
Well, yes, of course. I can bring it up right now and give you the entire thing.
Well, I'd like to be a little surprised, but...
you'll be surprised.
Hey, Scott, where's Kerber? Is he not?
He's not.
I wouldn't
I've
be more
texted
surprised if-
and he has not responded to any of those. And then I've called a couple times and nothing yet.
Okay, Track 270 punishment. By the way, it has one of the most awful pictures. I'm hoping whatever.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's a terrifying picture. So whatever you're driving, I hope it has like a
display?
like a display with a big picture on there. Okay. I would say 80% of these have been suggestions so far. I have Kids Bop Kids, All the Small Things. That was suggested. Actually, probably 20% of this was suggested by our buddy Luke Spencer.
Oh, God.
What is he doing?
Luke, I thought you were from rocked.net.
Yes.
Yes, he started with that one, and then Christmas Shoes from New Song.
Oh, no.
Great song.
Oh, man.
Oh, he also added MGK's Paper Cuts, because you guys are both fans.
You guys could be MJK paper cut fans after listening to it for like 7 hours.
Yeah.
You never know.
Radiohead Daydreaming. That's a
any
long.
Radiohead.
That's a long one. Of course, Santana Smooth. I put on Standing Outside a Broken Phone Booth from Primitive Radio Gods. A Lemon, U2, just for you there, Rafe.
Oh, man.
At this point, I'm driving off a bridge.
One of my favorite songs
No
that no one's going to
murdering.
know. I also put in John, Let's Hope for Peace. Yoko Ono live.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Wait, and I have to press that one because I think that is 13 minutes long.
Oh, nice.
I put some Sigur Rós on there because you guys aren't going to handle it very well.
All right, that's enough.
I thought you meant Seeger, like Bob Seeger, and I got really happy
No.
for them.
I think
for
we
a
get the
second.
spirit of
we
this
got the
list.
spirit. We got the spirit of the list. Well, listen.
It could be worse.
Remember that song we were talking about yesterday, Digital Society from Kyle Mooney?
Yes.
That's been added.
Oh, good.
Great.
While we're waiting for Kerber, Lern, you want to do Crab on Celebrities? You got that all ready to go?
Yeah,
By the way, I don't appreciate all the emails I'm seeing of supposed fans and friends
Giving
suggestions that are truly god-awful.
Well, that's how they show their love, man.
I appreciate you guys participating.
I do.
I do too. It's made this list.
No more. We don't need any more.
You're hurting my
suggestions.
feelers.
A 13-minute Radiohead song?
No, it's an 8-minute Radiohead song. It's a 13-minute Yoko Ono song.
Oh.
Live.
This is going to be
Live on
This is
the.
going to be Rafe and I.
I looked up
Right next
worst.
to a wall.
I looked up worst live records ever, and John Lennon's whatever live record this was from the '60s was voted as the worst one on every single list. Not number one, but it was always like top 5. So I started listening to it and trying to find what was going on, and there is a B-side of like 7 songs that are all Yoko Ono, and I took the longest one, and I could get through about 4 minutes before I was like, I'm going to put this on the list twice.
All right.
I don't want the list to be too long either because I want it to repeat. I want you to have to endure
Yeah,
it.
we do have 5. You know, we have to go around 275 times, so
I know.
it's going to be a long day, Rafe, especially with this playlist.
Very aware.
As of now, the playlist is 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Oh,
long.
good. So every lap it'll be a repeat.
I'm trying to compartmentalize it
kinda
right
what I'm
now
hoping.
and not think about it too much, but I am thinking
Listen,
about it.
when we do this, we're going to lock in. We're going to be good.
I'm hoping you're Yoko Onoing across the JB Bridge every time.
All right, let's do Crab on Celebrities. We'll try Kerber again later. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we start with this. This is kind of interesting. John Bon Jovi and his wife, Dorothea, opened a temporary location for their soul kitchen at the Ocean County Library in Toms River, New Jersey. And the mayor is not happy. If you haven't heard of one of these soul kitchens, it's one of these places where they provide meals at lower prices. Those in need come, and they actually work in exchange for food. So they work at the kitchen.
They work in the kitchen.
So the kitchen also helps people find jobs, housing, mental health support, and more. It's essentially like a food pantry, a food shelter, a place for unhoused people to go and get a meal. Mayor of Toms River, New Jersey, has called it a day shelter and a soup kitchen and says it's drawing homeless people to the area. He adds, quote, mothers shouldn't have to walk through large gangs of intoxicated and mentally ill men with their children to borrow a book because it's right there by the library. In response,
unintended consequences to opening this place then.
Yes. I mean, they're trying to help people.
They're trying to help people, but you're drawing people that have some mental issues into the area.
For sure.
It may be unsafe for people.
Absolutely. But then, it begs the question, like, okay, well then where do you want these shelters to go then? Because homeless shelters are everywhere. They're all around.
I know, but is there enough safety measures in place to keep the citizenry safe from people who have obvious mental problems or drug and alcohol problems?
Sure, but homeless people go to libraries no matter what anyway. Like
this
even if
is
there
like
isn't a
now
shelter
you're
near
now,
it.
but sure.
Yeah.
But now you are like putting a beacon.
I get it.
Because
But
Tom's River is very, basically like a wildwood or something. It's like very
is it
family.
a nice, affluent
It's
community?
Pretty nice. It's got some nice stuff. Brick's nice, the whole area.
John Bon Jovi says, we invite anyone to the JBJ Soul Kitchen pop-up to see what we're doing to end homelessness and hunger in our community. So
Listen, I get it's a nice thing, but if somebody gets hurt because of this.
But okay, then maybe there's added security measures or something else. But it's interesting. Has anything happened? Is this just a
Right.
they're afraid?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, is it I don't want these people in my neighborhood?
That's kinda
or
how
is there
it
a real
feels.
or is it a real safety issue? I don't know.
It's both.
It may be both.
It's
both
both.
can be true.
That is the problem of dealing with unhoused populations. No matter where you're at, everyone wants to help, but nobody wants it in their neighborhood.
Right. That's kind of how this sounds. So there hasn't been anything that has happened, at least.
And hopefully it won't.
Hopefully it won't. Turnstile's band, I think Point listeners like. They're going to release a new album called Never Enough on June 6th, and their first album since their 2021 breakthrough, Glow On. The first single and video from the album is the title track. It's up on YouTube.
Turnstile
It's freaking cool, man.
I listened to it
a
yesterday.
very good band. I saw them open up for somebody.
They were at the pageant.
They're awesome, and it ticks all the boxes, and I get it. It was a little derivative for me to be entertained, and now I'm like so into them because I wouldn't say I take that back. I'm not so into them. I'm probably going to try to get into them because this record sounds so different than the last thing that I heard that I was like, yes.
The Blackout song from the first is one of my favorite songs I've ever heard in my life. It gets you so hyped.
Yeah, like they're like a hype, exciting band that's kind of taking all the best stuff from
If
the 90s.
you don't know
and
anything about this band, I'll play a little bit of the song that we played when they first came out. The song is called Holiday. Let me get to the.
And the record, for the most part, sounds like that song, right? The holiday song.
Yeah.
Which is why I think this last song was coming out sounding so different than that. I was like, yes, like a newer band with balls that's not going to continue to do the same record over and over again.
Yeah, it's a band called Turnstile, and this is what we played on the Point when they first came out. Dude, this song rules.
I think you see that turbo angle.
Yeah, I like
So good. They're from Baltimore.
Yeah, super fun.
Didn't need to know that.
Here, check out
Yikes.
check out that new song though
Yikes.
that they did. Like it's totally different.
Yeah. Never Enough if you want to see it or listen to it. Not only will the 2-part docuseries on Billy Joel premiere on HBO later this summer, which I know you guys are super jacked about, but it also will be at the Tribeca Film Festival on June 4th. Billy Joel and So It Goes is a look at the piano man's life and career, exploring the loves and losses that have inspired some of the greatest songs he's ever written. A specific premiere date has not been announced.
I wonder if he's going to give a secret away for getting hot chicks and looking like a guy that lives under a bridge.
Would love to know. Like, what's up with him?
What's up with that?
Is it because he can play the piano
Yes,
so
it is.
beautifully and just like
How tall is
mesmerized?
Billy Joel? He's about 5'4".
Is he a short king?
He is definitely a short guy.
Yeah.
I want to say 5'4", 5'5".
Someone posted a photo
5'5".
of him.
5'5".
Very bald now, and he was blown out by the light. And they said Billy Joel playing the piano looks like when Darth Vader took his
Yes,
helmet off.
and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
100%.
And-
Because he had a harmonica around his neck.
Yes.
And it looked like when Darth Vader finally took his mask off.
It really
in Return
did.
of the Jedi.
Yeah.
5'5". He's way taller than Prince.
5'5".
Short
How tall is
king.
Prince? 5'2"?
Prince was 5'2". Bob Marley was 5'8". Bono was 5'5.5". We got Roger Daltrey at 5'7". Angus Young at 5'2". Malcolm Young 5'3". Paul Simon 5'3". Lou Reed 5'8".
Listen,
Tom
these
York
short
5'5".
kings, it's fine.
It is, and it's under 5'8", by the way. If you're a short king, you are under 5'8".
And it just goes to show you that.
Overcompensation can
Fellas.
take you a long way.
No,
Eddie-
fellas, learn
Eddie
to play an
Vedder.
instrument.
You write a song about a woman, it's like you might as well just put a bucket under me. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Gee
I mean, you drank too much
whiz.
water? What happened
Yes,
there?
exactly.
Eddie Vedder
Don't like
5'7".
that.
Okay.
Flea 5'6". Willie
Just
Nelson
trying to relate.
5'6". Axl
Write a
Rose
song
5'8".
about a woman and put a bucket under me.
Okay, next.
Okay. Metallica are taking their unfinished documentary on the road with them this spring. Metallica Saved My Life is a film from a director that explores the world of Metallica through the lives of their fans, including the band members themselves, who have supported each other through highs, lows, trials, and triumphs over 4 decades. The band add that it's not quite finished yet, but we can't wait for you to see it, so we're going to show it to you before it's finished. End quote.
Okay.
All right. If you're a fan of Lollapalooza, which I know some of us are, and its history, there's a new book out called Lollapalooza, The Uncensored Story of Alternative Rock's Wildest Festival. And there's a story in it about how Perry Farrell thought Green Day were a boy band, and they almost weren't allowed to open the second half of Lollapalooza in 1994. And this is at the height of Green Day. Stage manager at the
94
time.
Well, 94 is when Dookie came out.
Right. And I mean, they just like
Blew up.
blew up. So the stage manager at the time said Perry never pushed back or vetoed a band except for Green Day. And he was like, they're a boy band. I don't want to book a boy band. He obviously changed his mind, but it took a stage manager to convince him. Billy Joe Armstrong says Perry was, quote, an effing a-hole.
Think about the
straight up.
timing of this. So when did Dookie come out? So Dookie came out, and they kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, they had a record that was it's kind of underground.
Right.
February 1st, 94.
So February 1st, 94. January, February. So they booked Lollapalooza probably that spring. They really weren't, all people were hearing was what was on the radio probably at that point.
But it was good.
It was good. So Perry Farrell said they're a boy band.
Boy band.
Then, remember they played a huge set at Woodstock 94.
Uh-huh.
And they really blew up after that. And listen, I guess hindsight is 20/20.
But do you think Perry Farrell, like, what did he hear that he thought this is boy band?
They weren't famous yet.
Okay.
When they booked them, they weren't famous yet.
But you're listening to Dookie. There's nothing boy band about that record.
No, I'm assuming he probably just heard a couple songs and didn't like it. And so
The
these
look,
guys are
too. Probably the way they looked.
He was high on crystal meth and had blue hair.
and remember, like Green Day when they came out, it was like this is not punk music. Because remember, it was like pretend punk music.
Or it was, yeah,
There was the pushback of this is not punk
because
music.
it was
this
going
is,
mainstream.
This is pop punk. This is fake punk music. These aren't punk rock guys. I'm assuming that's what it was.
I don't know what it was, but Billy Joe says Perry was an effing a-hole straight up, and he says it was really disappointing because Perry was somebody that we really respected. And so they dedicated the song Chump to Perry during their onstage performance. And Billy Joe says he had minions that would come up and say, Perry Farrell's really angry that you dedicated Chump to him. And I'm like, tell him to stop acting like one then. Mic drop.
Got it.
Also, come to
That's
find out,
punk.
Perry Farrell's not the nicest of people.
True. Sadly.
Oh, by the way, tomorrow we'll find out who's playing the Evolution Fest.
Oh, really?
St. Louis's, big festival in Forest Park. We'll find
That's
out tomorrow. We'll have some representatives of Evolution Fest here tomorrow.
I can't
Do
wait.
a big announcement. What's coming to Forest Park? I hear it's going to be great.
Okay.
Because remember last year, Jane's Addiction was supposed to play.
Yeah.
Maybe a week before.
Had to get
Perry
Tom
Farrell
Morello.
punched Dave Dorr on the face on stage.
Right. What's going to happen this year? We don't know.
Hopefully nothing.
Game show contestants are going to choose capitalism and chaos now that Netflix has won the bid to air Monopoly in a reality game series. It's being described as a large-scale social experiment contest that will force contestants to form alliances and betray their competitors.
Monopoly, the TV game?
Yes.
They should really have to build hotels and houses.
I agree. And who's going to be the Monopoly man who hosts? Because that's important, too.
Who could be the Monopoly? The Monopoly Man did not have the monocle, right?
No, Paul
That's
Paul
Mr.
Giamatti
Peanut.
would be a good one.
Paul Giamatti would be a good one.
Monopoly Man has a monocle, right?
No.
Does he? I feel like that's
Mr.
a
Peanut
Mandela
has a
effect.
monocle.
He had a monocle in Ace Ventura.
Did he? Are you sure about that?
I believe he did.
And Ace Ventura, yes, but did the Monopoly Man really
He
have?
has a monocle in some of these, and in some he does not.
Mr. Monopoly monocle.
I think in the OG version he does not. Or does he?
Mr. Monopoly.
Mr. Monopoly.
He did in some.
Mandela effect.
Yeah,
It is a Mandela effect.
Uncle Pennybags.
for real.
Okay.
Guys, John Krasinski is people's sexiest man alive.
Currently, yes.
Currently. But when it's time to pass the torch, which it will be soon, there is a staffer on the People magazine staff who wants Jack Black to be the sexiest man alive, and I support it. This woman's name is Rachel, and she made it her mission to make it happen. She says, quote, "The man is a triple threat who can sing, dance, and act his face off. He's got the moves of a jungle cat, absolutely genius comedic
How
timing.
insulting.
And that signature devilish grin. She even thinks that his superior love interest to Jude Law in the romantic flick The Holiday, or he is the superior love interest in the romantic
How
flick
insulting.
The Holiday. She also adds that Jack Black is a devoted family man. He's awesome to his fans, as we just seen with Tanner from Love on the Spectrum, and he does a lot of charity works. So
Listen, I'm sure he's a very nice man. And yes, he's a family man and whatever.
I'm attracted
but
to him.
as sexiest man alive, come on.
I
You know
think
the
all of this
spirit.
is hot.
You know the spirit of this. It's a good-looking dude. And how insulting to like be put as a joke.
I
The
don't
reason
think it's a
the
joke.
reason they're nominating him is as a joke because clearly he's not a sexy man.
But it is sexy. You are a heterosexual male. You are not understanding what's going on right now. I think Jack Black is sexy. I've said it before. This article, you can pull the tape.
You have.
I think Jack Black
You
is.
have said it many times on the air.
He lights me up in a way
You
just
know,
as
we're
Clive
talking
Owen
about the
does.
same person, right?
We are talking about the same. Yes,
Did you see him?
I do see him. I love him. I would be like Tanner if Kelly Clarkson surprised me with
I'm
him.
not.
He's not an unattractive dude.
But sexiest man alive,
Dude, he bags Kate Winslet in
Clearly-
The Holiday,
which is
okay?
a movie. Clearly, as a joke, he's being put up for nomination for this.
Why are they leaving
Rachel
out Kyle
sounds
Gass?
serious.
It's like remember that from American Idol, that Sanjaya. Remember Sanjaya
Yeah.
kept being put through, like people kept voting him through as a joke.
You think that's what this is?
Yes, of course that's what this is.
I don't like that. I think this is for
I don't
real.
think so.
Get out of here.
All those things that you like about him, they make you sexually attracted to him?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, like personality and a good
I'm
heart
sure.
is everything, and he's got both
I'm sure
of those
that plays
things.
all into it. Who's the guy? Who's the it guy
And
now?
he's not
Who's the guy
bad
from Top
looking.
And
Gun?
it makes you want to
Glenn Powell.
make love.
Glenn Powell.
I would make love. Yes, if I'm
So-
going on record, I would make the sweet love. to
Glenn
Jack Black.
Powell. Glenn Powell.
I'm not a
versus
Glenn Powell. Everybody talks about I
Pedro
can't-
Pascal.
Dude, okay, well now we have to back up. Okay, because I am having a
So
major
sexiest
problem
man
with
alive,
Pedro Pascal.
Jack Black, who's a great family guy.
My husband got me a
versus
poster of Pedro Pascal for my birthday, and I am so excited.
Yeah, but I mean, Pedro Pascal, I don't
Is also
think
that way.
I don't think he is a traditionally hot guy.
No, and you know what?
His
He's got-
personality makes him hot.
yeah, and his heart makes him hot. And he was not hot when he was younger. He is having his hot phase in his whatever 50s right now.
You know, this is
I'm still
sexiest
waiting
man
for mine.
alive. Get out of here. You guys are smoking some PCP.
Well, maybe that's true. Okay, but we want it, and we're going to
It's
get it.
obviously a joke to put Jack Black up there.
I don't
'cause
think
he's-
it is.
Jack Black is looks like a bloated disaster.
I think
I'm
Pedro
gonna say it.
Pascal will actually
Get outta here.
because he's having his moment. I think, and I will be 100% fine. Walton Goggins is also possibly up for
I can
this
see the Gog
Yeah,
winning
Gog-
right
because
now.
we talked about it yesterday. The receding hairline and those gorgeous teeth.
The Gog's hot right now. The
And by the way, Danny DeVito as Mr. Monopoly.
The
And
capuchin,
sexy man alive.
Correct answer.
the capuchin monkey whose wish was granted to become an actor, Walton Goggins, is hot right now.
All right.
Speaking of him, 53-year-old Walton Goggins has been in the business for a while, but after being in the latest season of White Lotus, he's finally getting all the attention he deserves. And yes, he is aware of his female fan base, which call them the Goggins girlies. He was
The
on a
Goggins girlies.
He was on a podcast and said, "Do I feel this moment? I feel that there's an energy out there that is one of the like undulation of love, and that feels really good. I'm doing the best I can to reciprocate that because it's such an affection and genuine gratitude that I have for all the support of so many people from various walks of life. I love doing what I do, and you know what? I love being an effing human being. And shout out to those Goggins girlies."
Scroggin Goggins.
He's having his moment now.
Got my beer goggins on.
Lean in.
Lean into it, Goggins.
Run,
Lean in.
brother.
We're all fans here.
Yeah,
We were
dude.
watching Dune 2 last night, which is
Is he
so
in that
good.
too?
No, but Josh Brolin is. And I walked in and my husband's watching
He's the
Dune
sandworm.
2. And I go, are you watching this? Because I was like in heat over Josh Brolin on the show the other day. And he's like, no. So Robert Pattinson may be playing the villain in the third Dune movie. This is coming out. There's
I
no
gotta
real
see the second
details.
one.
It's really good. Austin
You haven't
Butler,
seen the second one?
No, I haven't.
Dude,
I'm
it's
waiting to see it on a good
spectacular.
screen.
The scene where Austin Butler is killing the drugged guys in the middle of like the arena, and it looks like a freaking Bjork music video.
pretty
It's
cool.
so sick. And the weird characters, the guys that are all in those black helmets that are like aliens, and they're like, they got these weird sounds, and it's beautiful. But Austin Butler looks so evil in that black and white scene, and it's so good.
Yeah, after seeing him as a villain, I can see Pattinson as a villain. I can see kind of anybody.
On the Coleman's Campers text line 314, Rizz, you're not one to talk about being a disaster. Cut your damn hair. I thought you were on a weight loss program. You look like you should be sleeping in a van down by a river.
You look great.
Which, by the way, I 100% agree with you, 314. That's to say, if you were to put me up for Sexiest Man Alive,
I'd vote for you,
even
bud.
though I have a lot going for me,
Good
I
family,
know.
man.
You just shut your face.
I know that would be as a joke.
And by the way, Riz has lost some weight, and that is terrible to say to
No,
somebody.
that's fine.
And your hair
I'm
looks
fine
good.
with it.
I'm
Your
just
hair
happy his
looks-
wife
Don't
does
touch your
it.
hair.
Best it's ever been.
And that's coming. That's my wife's phone number.
Oh my God. Okay, well,
She got a point.
You 314, you are 100% correct.
and finally, favorite opening scenes of a movie. Britain's independent newspaper put out a list of the 26 best. I have a top 10. Some of these are stupid, so I'm going to give them to you.
I saw this was in the
Independent.
the stuff today, and
What?
I
Yes,
wrote
sure.
down some of the movies with the greatest opening scenes of all time. Okay.
So you have this list. Okay.
I know I didn't look at the list.
Oh, you
I
didn't look
I
at the
didn't
list.
look at the list.
Oh,
I saw.
I see.
I knew you were going to talk about it.
Great. Well, what do you have on your list?
Inglourious Bastards.
Yes, that is on this list at number 7.
The opening scene with the slow burning interrogation scene
With
with Hans Landa and in the French farmhouse.
Yes.
Dude.
And the chick takes
Phenomenal.
off running.
Holy cow.
Right.
The first Star Wars.
The first
A New
Star
Hope?
Wars is on there. Yeah.
So with the rebel ship pursued by the Star Destroyer and the whole Darth Vader thing.
It didn't make the top 10, though.
That didn't?
None of the Star Wars are on the top 10.
Jaws. The original Jaws when the
When the gals in
skinny
the,
the
dipping.
gals, yeah, when the gals in the water.
Talking about opening scenes.
Opening
Yep.
scenes.
what about Dark Knight?
Dark Knight was on this list, too, but not in the top
That's
10.
the bank heist.
Yes. That's
dude,
so good.
Every
Saving
time.
Private Ryan.
Oh,
That wasn't on there?
what about the Matrix?
Not in the
Pretty
top
solid
10.
open.
The Matrix
No.
is one of the coolest openings I've ever seen.
There's only a couple of sci-fi movies in the top 10.
Okay, I also wrote
The
down.
Matrix isn't on there.
That is on the list, but not top 10.
That's Trinity escaping from the agents.
Yeah, right. It's one of the coolest openings ever.
Like Scream is also on this list, but not top 10. Which Drew Barrymore on the phone with the killer.
yeah.
My favorite, Goodfellas,
Goodfellas
which is as
number
far
5.
back as I can remember. I always wanted to be a gangster and then goes to the credits.
Yes, that is number 5.
That's number 5. Okay, great. Dude, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Number 3.
When
Raiders.
he's
Oh, that's when he's the kid.
no
Tries to steal the fertility
he tries
idol.
to steal the idol and the giant rock rolls after him.
Oh, that's the beginning of Raiders. I'm thinking of the beginning of Last Crusade when he's the kid and he gets the cross.
Oh, young River Phoenix.
Yeah.
No, Raiders of the Lost Ark when he's running
Yeah,
away
you're
from the
right.
boulder.
I forgot that was the opening.
Yeah, some of these are very old movies that are not going to make any of your lists. Like, for instance, number 10 is Touch of Evil from 1958. A ticking time bomb is placed in a trunk of a car. So people are really razzed about
Don't
that.
know that one.
All That Jazz from 1979 is number 9 on this list with Roy Scheider auditions dancers for a new show.
Oh, what about Pulp Fiction? When Honey Bunny and Pumpkins, they're in the diner.
Yeah, not on this
I
list.
remember that.
I think The Inglourious Bastards was a mirror of a Clint Eastwood movie, too. I saw that somewhere the other day.
What about
Lee Van Cleese, Good, Bad, and the Ugly. It was like a mirrored scene.
So he was.
What about Kubrick and Clark, 2001: A Space Odyssey?
That is number 2 on this list.
Nice.
The prehistoric apes discover a
the Dawn of
strange
Man.
black monolith.
With-
Dawn of Man sequence.
With the music. Oh, it's so good.
Blade 1 had a hell of an opening scene, but I bet it's not on there.
Blade Runner is number 4 on this list.
Blade Runner. What was the opening
1982.
there?
An establishing shot of Tyrell Corporation building.
Okay.
Okay.
Other on the Scott, I thought of you. There Will Be Blood is number 6 on this list with Daniel Day-Lewis's character discovering silver in a mine.
So there is some comedies on there.
Yeah. The Godfather, Don Corleone, grants favors during his daughter's wedding. That's
yes.
number 8.
Yes.
But the number 1 movie on this list as far as the best opening scene
Do we
goes-
know this movie?
We don't. Or I don't.
UHF.
Once Upon a Time in the West,
Oh, yeah.
1968, Charles Bronson gets
With
into
the
a shootout
harmonica.
with 3 gunmen in a deserted train station.
That is number 1.
So
That is the greatest
I don't know this
opening
movie.
scene
I
in
don't know
history.
this movie either. Well, anyway,
It's so good.
Oh,
He
someone
plays
says Lion
harmonica.
King.
He's
Hey,
so rad.
boyo.
Lion King is Circle of Life.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's
such
a
a
good
good
one.
intro.
I love a good Charles Bronson period piece because he does not change his accent ever.
they didn't know they had to back then.
He had
Scream
a very
didn't make it, huh?
Scream's on the list, but not in the top 10. It was like 26th. Anyway, it's your crap.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Lil Nas X is 26. Isaac Hempstead Wright. That's Bran from Game of Thrones, a.k.a. Bran
Bran the
AKA
Broken?
Bran the Broken. Yes, he's 26.
broken by puberty.
Elle Fanning is 27. Kristen Stewart, 2 first names, is 35. Leighton Meester is 39. Jay Baruchel from This Is the End. She's Out of My League. The Sorcerer's Apprentice and How to Train Your Dragon is 43. Albert Hammond Jr. from The Strokes is 45. Keisha Knight Pulliam, that's Rudy Huxtable on The Cosby Show, is 46. Gerard Way is 48. Jenna Jameson is 51. Cynthia Nixon, that's Miranda from Sex and the City, is 59. Mark Pellegrino, that's Jacob on Lost and Lucifer on Supernatural. He is 60. And Dennis Quaid is 71. Not to be confused with Randy Quaid. Dennis Quaid.
Good old Dennis.
From Frequency. 71 years old.
Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Angelica Sin. And today's birthday girl's been in 428 fine films, including The Back Door to Buttsville 2, Bodacious Tatas 1, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap 4 and 5, Double Airbags 23, Scott's favorite, Hooter Nation 7, Lern's favorite, It's Raining Tushy Girls, Rafe's favorite, Manhammer 6,
Yeah, man, that's good.
Moon's favorite, Mission to Uranus,
Whoa.
Nurses to the Rescue 1, Porno Dan's British Invasion,
I like space films.
Thanks for the Memories, and Who Could Forget Her Role? In 2006's Your Mom's a Slut, and She Takes It In. Yep, can't finish that one.
Oh,
Kroger's.
Yeah, the store is what I was thinking.
Angelica Sin is 51 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. Any word from Kerber, Chris? Chris. Scott?
Kerber Chris, he said he had an appointment. It went way too long.
Oh.
So he is now out of the appointment.
All right, we'll chat with him quickly after the break. I called Scott Chris.
Chris.
I'm an idiot. Chris.
Track 270 update. We have someone offering their 1979 Lincoln Continental for us to drive.
No, thanks.
Yes. Yes.
No,
Does it
thank
have
you.
Bluetooth?
9:06 Wednesday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We've got delays, 270 eastbound between 44 and 64. Your point forecast, a few showers are possible, high of 68. Right now it is 46 at the Point Studio.
Hey, it's Jeff Britton backstage at the pageant, and Nick and Peanut from 311 gracing us with their presence yet again. Thank you guys for taking the time. Appreciate it. St. Louis absolutely freaking loves you guys.
Yeah, how fast did this sell out? It sold
It's
out really
super
fast.
fast. Super fast.
We're stoked.
And,
We heard about that.
yeah, so thank you for coming in, man. What is, I was looking up, especially you, Nick, before you guys came up here, 49 turning 50 in 2020. You guys have been doing this forever, and I'm the same way. I'm 52.
Heard me talk about Centric for a long time now. Centric is St. Louis's leading IT training company. They're the longest running, most experienced entry-level tech training program, not just in St. Louis, but in the country. And their programs over there train you on the most current technology employers are using because, unlike four-year schools, they could quickly adapt their curriculum to match changes in the job market. Find out for yourself how you could train for a new IT career in as little as 4 months. And they know your ultimate job is to your ultimate goal is to get a great job. And they're going to help you along the way. Their job search assistance is a big part of the program. So in addition to your tech training, they know there are other skills that need to be developed to help you find that right job. Centric's career services team provides you with seminars and workshops and other services throughout your training that prepare you for your job search, and they help you land that new IT job. Over 1,700 companies have hired Centric grads. Centric.com/Rizz, CENTRIQ.com/Rizz.
How are you, everybody? Donnie Fandango, and I am very lucky, and I know I'm nervous because my hands are sweating like crazy. I got Pete and Sam from Chevelle. Gentlemen, welcome back. It's really great to see you.
Hey, it's good to be seen. Good to be here, Donnie.
Well, and it feels like there was a number of years where we were running into each other a couple of times a year, but now it's been, I would say, probably 3 years, and it feels like forever, but you're back with great new music, guys. Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, it does feel like forever.
So let me ask you, the break between records was the longest of your career. I'm sure you're going to get this question 6 billion times and have already, but it was a long break. What was going on during that time? Was it just a record that took a little while longer to make?
Yeah, we were doing records almost every 2.5 years, roughly. Yeah. And I think I hit a wall and I just needed a little more time. I think I kind of like, we don't learn very quickly. We learn by mistakes mostly. So we decided, hey, let's add another year. Well, that year turned into an extra year, and because of COVID and all that. So we wrote a ton of music, and then in 2019 we went back to the drawing board and wrote another 6 songs because
we did a long tour in 2019 too.
We had a good opportunity that came up that we didn't want to pass up, and then so we kind of had a collective thing where we came together and say, hey, I don't think half of these are good enough. So our producer pushed us and we came out. So anyway, I wrote Self-Destructor at the end of 2019 and a host of other songs. And we needed to record those in March of 2020. That was right when COVID was kind of hitting, right? I guess everybody has their own time frame of that. But for us, we were in LA and it was March 5th. And it was really starting to crack down in LA, and we finished the album up and then skedaddled back home March 18th. So
yeah,
then it turned into, we were like,
favorite places to go anywhere, and it's Copper Fire. My band plays there all the time. I can't tell you how often I've gone to meet up with my Belleville girls for brunch on the weekends and taking friends out, that want to just have a decent meal and take in some live music. It's Copper Fire in Belleville. You can find their menu at thecopperfire.com. They have live events all the time. They have an event space, which is up above the actual bar and has this kind of atrium looking down onto the bar. So it's really nice up there. My friend Carla threw her partner Lisa a surprise party up there, and it was excellent because it's the perfect place for a surprise party because people have no idea where they're walking up to, and it's really easy to just open a door and surprise somebody. Great for showers, birthday parties, anything you want. And then you go down and you party down in the main room of Copper Fire. It's excellent. Great for the family, great for a date night, meeting up with friends, just going alone. Can't tell you how many times Lane Arrows has played Copper Fire and just random people will just show up and just hang out, and then they become friends. So if you're looking for a place with good vibes, good food, good drinks, slushy bar, all that stuff, it's the Copper Fire in Belleville.
There's a big tour, big show coming to St. Louis, April the 1st over at the Chaffetz Arena. And I am very stoked for the very first time to be chatting with Co Wetzel. Co, you'll be at Chaffetz. It is the Road to El Paso Tour Part 1. And we're playing the song Creeps. And it's really nice to meet you, Co.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having us on. Thank you for jamming the music, dude.
Now, no problem at all. And we got a lot to get to here. But as somebody that's kind of new to you and what you do, what was the first music in your life that caught your ear, that made you, that started to like kind of lay the foundation for you being a very passionate music fan?
I would probably have to say Nirvana. I grew up on all kinds of music, and then I found out who Nirvana was in the 8th grade or 7th or 8th grade, and I don't know, man. They kind of grabbed me. Kurt's voice and the way that they put all the music together was unlike anything I had ever heard, and I was like, oh hell yeah, I got to do this.
And so was it that record? Was it Nevermind and In Utero, whatever, Nirvana in general? So that was the one that was like, all right, I want to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up playing music, but it was always country.
All right.
And stuff like,
So then on top of that, when did you? Yeah. Oh, sorry to interrupt. I apologize. But so when did you feel like, you know what, I can do music for my life? Like, this is something that I can do. I want to do this. I want to make a living doing this.
Yeah, I think it was more in college. I played and I wrote through high school, played gigs through high school and stuff. But once I got into college, I was like, screw school, I played football for a little bit in school. And I was like, I'm not going to make it to the NFL. I'm not going to become a doctor. So why not go get some free beer and, make a little money doing it, So
I saw that post I think you made yesterday about your grandma on the Dallas Cowboys. And and I found that to be so funny. So are you a Cowboy fan to this day because of grandma?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like, I think, not even 24 hours.
Neurological 314-843-8000. I've been telling you about Dr. Huatma and the vasectomies they perform there at South County Urological for many, many, many years now. I went there for my vasectomy. Hundreds of original listeners have gone there for their vasectomies. But they're more than just vasectomies. They're also kidney stone treatments. Kidney stones. If you've had a kidney stone, you know how painful they are. Moon, you've had a kidney stone. Worst pain ever, correct?
It was awful.
Awful. Kidney stones are common in young people. They run in families. At South County Urological, they'll treat you with minimally invasive techniques. They have a stone center. They'll treat you quickly. They'll run tests to see why you're forming stones, give you recommendations to help prevent future stones. Also, all the prostate health at South County Urological. If you have an enlarged prostate, if you're looking for a checkup, this is where you go. South County Urological, 314-843-8000, 314-843-8000, southcountyurological.com.
Backstage at PointFest, and this is, I gotta say, of all of the interviews that I've done, as far as the placement in conjunction with the show, this one is a little different because there's not going to be a show here tonight, but we've got Highly Suspect here to join us. So, gentlemen, hello, and I'm going to make this probably pretty awkward for all of us.
Joining us on the phone from, I believe, is in Edmonton, Mr. Chris Kerber. Oh, hello, Chris. There he is. Chris Kerber, everybody.
Yeah, sorry about the delay there today, guys. Apologies for that.
No, I get it. You're up in Edmonton?
Edmonton, Alberta. Yep. I love these 9 o'clock games, St. Louis time.
Yeah, it's a late game tonight, but yeah.
Well, and I would recommend people get to it because if the Blues make the playoffs, and of course it's looking like they will, but you know what? This still can go south, so you got to be careful.
Well,
but Central Division teams, because of the TV schedule, as we've learned, kind of get hosed a little bit. So get ready for some 8:45, 8:50 local time starts in the playoffs.
I don't like it, Chris, because if the playoffs started today, St. Louis would be playing the Golden Knights in the first round.
Yep.
If my calculations are correct. Yeah, St. Louis versus the Golden Knights if the playoffs were to start today. So 3 games left. Edmonton tonight, Seattle Saturday, then next Tuesday it's the final game of the regular season, home against Utah. So what are the playoff scenarios for tonight? So what has to happen for the Blues to make the playoffs tonight?
Well, the first thing that has to happen for them is they've got to get a win, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's first and foremost. I mean, yeah, eventually Vancouver or Calgary could lose a couple of games, right? But the Blues, if they take care of business, get a win. The scenario is pretty much the same as it was, the last time for St. Louis. So the last time the Blues played, of course, was Monday night. So that scenario is the same. So if somehow the Calgary Flames lose in regulation in Anaheim, and the Blues win in regulation in Edmonton, the Blues will eventually clinch a playoff spot. That regulation part is important just because of the first tiebreaker. The first tiebreaker is the total of regulation wins, and Calgary, in theory, could still catch the Blues in that category. That's the only tiebreaker, if they were to catch them, that Calgary would have. Now, the Blues are real close to making that null and void, too. But the bottom line is you still have to have some wins, and you're playing an Edmonton Oilers team today that again, of course, is a good one. So that's the simple scenario there.
The Blues have 3 games left. The Flames have 5 games left. So.
Right, and they're not going to make those games up until it'll start. It might start tonight, actually. I think it was the last 7 days, 8 days of the regular season. The St. Louis Blues, Calgary will make up their final games in hand on that. Now the Blues can be totally irrelevant. Win 2 of your next 3 games, and it doesn't matter what Calgary ends up doing, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys saw Vancouver last night. I mean, so here it is. Vancouver scores an empty net, Dallas is up in the game 3-0. And this is important because Vancouver's not eliminated yet. Dallas is up in the game 3-0. Any kind of a loss for Vancouver, and they're eliminated from catching the Blues. Not officially from the playoffs, but from catching the Blues. Mm-hmm. All right? They're up. Dallas is up 3-0 going into the third period. Edmonton scores 2 goals to make it 3-2. No problem. About 5 minutes to go in the game, Dallas scores to make it 4-2. Then Dallas adds an empty net to make it 5-2. I'm like, okay, this game's over. I'm going to switch over and watch the Colorado-Vegas game. Right? I even text a group chat of us broadcasters and other people of the team, and I go, thank you, Dallas. Goodbye, Vancouver.
Which was not a bad idea to do because no team has ever lost after holding a 3-goal lead in the final 3 minutes, let alone 1 minute.
Unbelievable. I get a text about, 40 minutes later from John Kelly on the text chain that says, you spoke too soon, Curbs. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I look at that score. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But Moon is right. Vancouver scores 3 goals in the final 60 seconds to tie the game and then win it in overtime. It's something that has never happened in the history of the National Hockey League, if you can believe it. And Vancouver stays alive.
Is that
just amazing?
Is that 3 with the goalie pulled?
They pulled the goaltender 3 times.
Wow.
And scored 3 times.
That's crazy.
Well, guys, this is the cool thing about sports. To me, it really is. And I don't care the sport. I mean, you could see something you've never seen before. Here's a game where Vancouver's playoff hopes are pretty much done, right?
Yeah.
And everybody there in Dallas, as disappointed as you might be that the Dallas Stars blew that game, you just saw something live that nobody in the history of the game had seen.
Yeah, you never know when it's going to happen.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool, except for you don't want to be on the other end of a record. No team has ever blown that kind of lead except for ours.
Well, I don't know. All right, I was thinking about this. It was Steve Traxel, right, that gave up the home run to Mark McGuire, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but I think it was. The record-breaking home run. Would there ever be a reason to really talk about him if you're not a Traxel fan or a Cubs fan or something like that? Not really. So sometimes Ilya Sorokin is going to have an NHL career. Ilya Sorokin, in all likelihood, is going to be known more by the time it's all said and done for giving up the goal to Ovechkin than his regular career.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny they took a picture after the game together.
Doesn't make it better.
Yeah, but that's an all-time record. That's an all-time incredible feat.
Yeah.
Rather than a blown...
Let's talk. I want to ask you a question about that, Carver. So he tied the record on Friday. Was it Friday night or Thursday night? He tied Gretzky Thursday night.
What is today?
Today's...
Yeah.
Okay, so he tied the record Thursday. In Washington, he did not want to score the record breaker on an empty net. So he sat himself when the Capitals were on the ice with an empty net, and wound up setting the record not in Washington. Mistake or what? What do you think?
Well, no, I don't think that's a mistake. Well, first off, so you're right. He had said prior to even that moment that he did not want to break or tie the record on an empty net goal.
Yeah.
Right? And I really wish some of the sideline reporters on these national games would do their homework more. I mean, he said it so far in advance that, the questions that were asked of him, sometimes you just want to scream at your TV. But that's a little broadcaster editorial there. All right, but back to the actual question. So he sat himself. Spencer Carberry said, "Do you want to go out?" No, he says, "No, I don't want to go out there." Spencer Carberry is the head coach of Washington. So after the empty net goal, he went out there, still had another couple of shots. Listen, Rizz, I don't know that you can decide. I'm going to try to do it at home. I mean, I saw a story recently when Barry Bonds did that, but what if you don't? Like, what if you don't get it in that game? So I think you just got to do it when you do it, get it where you get it, and that's just the case. So,
well, I mean, what the story would have been, so it was an empty netter, but it was in Washington in front of his home fans. He's never played for another team.
Right.
And also would have been a hat trick that night.
So what do you do?
Yeah.
So do you send over an assistant coach and say, "Hey, will you pretty please not pull your goalie so Ovi can score?"
So I actually wondered if they would pull the goalie there, and it's a fascinating question because the other team's kind of going nowhere, so you're okay with that. But listen, the integrity of the game is the integrity of the game. I love the fact that the other team pulled their goalie. I love the fact that Ovechkin said those, but no, I'm not gonna do it on an empty net. Now he only has, in his career, out of all the goals, I think he only has 9 more empty net goals than Wayne Gretzky did. Okay, so a lot of people trying to figure out reasons that maybe that record should have been broken are just asinine. So, but I love the fact that he did it. And the fact that he did it on a one-timer from that far circle, the way it was, it was really just awesome and a cool moment. So I'm pretty much good with it all the way around.
And it was...
Now, give me an example real quick, though, Rizz. I'll give you an example. And if people were listening to our broadcast, that last home game against Anaheim when the Blues honored Braden Shen, I take exception to this. The Anaheim Ducks did not come out to the bench for the 1,000-game ceremony for Braden Shen. Mm-hmm. All right? And I thought that's disrespecting the game. Now, I heard
you and Cam Jansen talking about this on Monday.
Yeah. So I get it. Like, sometimes these ceremonies go on, but the league is really... It used to be... Like, if you sat on the bench for a banner-raising ceremony, I mean, there was no time limit on it. I mean, I think we were 45 minutes on our banner-raising ceremony for Bobby Plager, right? And then there was one that was even longer in New York, and the league just put a kibosh on it. So the league really tightened things up. And look, if you're a team that's in a playoff hunt, there's a lot on the line. They're kind of supreme focus. I totally get that. But I just thought it was disrespectful, and then I love the fact that because most teams come out to the bench. Now, this had happened to Anaheim 3 or 4 times. They were obviously out on the bench when Cam Fowler's game, or 1,000th game was celebrated. Mm-hmm. But he 991 of those games with Anaheim, so I get that. But other players wanted to be out there. I know players eventually went and apologized to Braden Shen for not being out there. It just, to me, there's a certain respect for the game throughout the game of hockey that I think is really special with the culture of this sport, and I love it. So in one sense, I love what they did, and him not scoring the empty net goal to make sure that he broke the record. It was a classic Ovechkin laser. On the other side, Anaheim, I mean, a team going nowhere, and you want to know why you lose and why you continue to have a losing culture is because you make losing decisions like Anaheim made.
Damn. Woo, man, shots
Drop that
fired.
mic.
Woo.
Yes.
Guys, listen, culture matters. You guys know this. I mean, it does. We don't need to be talking about sports. We're talking culture matters in every field that we're in. It matters in our business. It matters with what you guys do. It matters with our bosses. Culture makes a difference, right? And it is so easy for a losing culture to seep in and take over. And it's hard to get a winning culture back. And the Blues were able to stem a tide and kind of bring that back. And I think Jim Montgomery was a huge part in why that was able to happen, right? You make decisions as a head coach, and to me, the one that Anaheim made to not come out to the bench is one that exemplifies why, you know, you continue to struggle to win.
It's just
and
not
why your young
classy.
players don't learn the game. That's all part of it. It's all part of it, and I think, you know, I'm glad the Blues pounded them in that game.
Well, listen, tonight, Edmonton, 9 o'clock start. Seattle on Saturday. It's another 9 o'clock start. Then next Tuesday, back home against Utah. Final home game of the regular season. So hopefully when we talk to you next, we'll be talking playoff hockey, Chris.
I love it. Playoff strips are available, guys, so make sure everybody knows stlouisblues.com.
All right. And
I
also,
think the playoffs will be back in St. Louis. Love it.
also make sure you download the Curbside podcast after every game for, more stuff, more insight. And, Chris, I hope your back is feeling better.
Everything's going well, fellas.
Good.
And ladies.
Love that.
Good. All right, so we'll talk to you next.
Right,
we'll talk to you next
to you
week.
guys next week.
There he is. The
All
great
right, thanks, guys.
Chris
Thanks,
Carver,
Steve.
everybody. How'd that Moon pulling out that stat? Nice.
Look at you.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
true.
Nice.
Moon
Off your
is so
head, too.
right today.
What stat?
I'll tell you what.
wanna
The
hear
fact that it's never been done. No team has ever lost after holding a 3-goal lead in the final 3 minutes.
Wow.
There it is. So put that in your pocket.
Hey, I looked up a stat when he was talking about baseball. Check this out.
Okay.
Real quick. Mike Baksick was the pitcher that gave up Barry Bonds' 756th home run. When he broke Hank Aaron's record, his father, Mike Baskick's father, also named Mike, pitched to Hank Aaron in 1976 when he was sitting on 755 home runs and got Hank Aaron out. So
What?
Holy smokes.
imagine having to go home and talk to your dad after you gave up 756.
Yeah. All right. Listen, one final break. We'll come back. We're going to wrap her up. Okay, so let's go over Rafe's bucket list.
Okay.
So these are all the things Rafe would like to achieve.
Please tell me you don't have dropkick on there.
I do not have dropkick on there.
How about receive dropkick?
It's on there now. Might as well. So we've been going over all of our bucket list items over the last couple of weeks. We've done everybody's. We did Lern's yesterday. We did Moon, King Scott, Rizz. And now we do a lot of stuff on the show where we punish each other.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we're trying to develop the flip side of that coin where we try to lift each other up, help each other achieve some of our bucket list things, hence the drop kick. He's always wanted to do it. We're trying to make it happen. You're playing your part in that, whether he would be a good student or not. That's not on you. So this is my final list. And really appreciate all the emails, everybody trying to help us out. And
Yeah, if you guys can help us out in any way with any...
Excited for 3 days to talk to you about Victory Men's Health. Victory is mine, and it can be yours as well. Now, I've been going in for the last couple months, every couple weeks for some vitamin IV infusions, some anti-aging stuff, some Myers cocktails, those kind of things. And they feel great. They make me feel great for, the entire weekend and for days after. But since the last time I talked to you, I have had a SpectraCell. I had all my cells, down to a cellular level checked out, and they found out exactly what I was missing and all my vitamins and all this. Not only did they educate me on what was going on there, but they told me, what foods I can be eating and how to kind of fix my diet to get all these things naturally. And then they made up all these vitamins for me and gave me like a daily vitamin pack. I've been doing that for probably the last week or two. And it's felt amazing. Honestly, I feel better. I just feel more normal throughout the day. I get tired way less. And then on Monday, I did something called Niagen Plus, and it was a infusion that has me cranked, dude. I am telling you, I feel good. My whole family has noticed instantly. Within 24 hours, my family noticed that I was just more positive. I was more upbeat. Everything was good. And even my workout yesterday, I just noticed it was so much easier. I crushed it. I recovered better. You got to check that out. So whatever you may be interested in, maybe it's hormone optimization, maybe it's just some vitamin stuff. Maybe you want them to look down at the cellular level and find out exactly what you might be missing to help you get back on track and feel your best. Unlock your inner champion. You do it with Victory Men's Health. While I was in there, by the way, a gal came in and she got an IV fusion in the Victory Lounge back there. Incredible. My wife's coming in with me in a couple weeks to do some vitamins as well. Victory Men's Health, victorymenshealth.com.
Something on the day, yeah. Cause when you get something that's a tough day, yeah, even flow. Got a horse and a butterfly. Ooh, you don't know. So he marries, I don't care
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ready to roll? We are backstage at PointFest, ladies and gentlemen. Brent and Barry from Shinedown. What's up, gentlemen?
Well,
How are
hello.
you?
What's going on? How are you?
It's great to see you. It's great to see you.
Good to
First
see
of
you.
all,
Thanks for being cool with us because I was super, super late. I was very, very late. Some things in rock and roll haven't changed. The singers are usually late.
now listen, if we're going to do it, you are 18 minutes behind. I don't think that that's even late as far as rock stars go. I think that's just about flat.
All right, we'll take that.
We can take that.
Yeah.
I don't know if do we look at ourselves as, you know, the RS, the rock star type?
You don't have to. I appreciate that you don't, but I do, and I can.
I
You know what I
appreciate
mean?
it. The reason I am late though is because I needed to take a shower because, quite frankly, I smelled like a farm animal. So I wanted to make sure that we were good today.
So see, the 18 minutes late is completely acceptable, and I do appreciate it.
Oh, you should, because I had to be next to him. It was not good.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations on the record.
Thank you.
I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. The song Devil has been doing amazing things for the radio station. People loved it as soon as we put it on the air. You know, there is something so great, and it just has that sort of anthemic quality about it. Where did that song...
Buy a house, stop renting, build some equity, which is great. So what are you going to do? What's your first step? Call the realtor. Nope. You call Kevin Putney first. Kevin Putney at the 123 Mortgage Team. So Kevin will, first off, get you qualified and approved for that home loan. He will find the loan that fits your needs. Put it together. He's got all sorts of programs for down payment assistance, first-time homebuyer assistance, all that's great. So he gets you qualified. He gets you approved. You know how much house you can afford. Then when you find your dream home, there are multiple offers on the table for that house you love. You're ready to go. Secure a dream home with more affordable financing. Or if you're in a house right now, you want to refinance, lower your monthly payments, shorten your loan term, or if you're looking to maybe do a home improvement project, access your home's equity for renovations or major expenses. He'll get you the money within 5 days. He's local. He's great. I trust him implicitly. We bought our last house with Kevin, refinanced twice. He's awesome. 314-862-0123. 314-862-0123. Online at 123mortgage.com. Kevin Putney, equalizing opportunity. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, 123mortgage.com, 314-862-0123.
It's Donnie Fandango for 105.7 The Point, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by Dan Auerbach, the frontman of the Black Keys. And Dan, we got a lot of stuff to talk about with a single and a new record coming, but I wanted to bring up a couple of things first that you have done in the last year that I just loved. And two of the things specifically, the covers record that the Black Keys did, I just adored because it introduced me to a bunch of songs that I didn't know, and I loved that. And then also too, I know you produced the Robert Finley record, and I loved that one too. I didn't know anything about that man until, I saw that you had worked with him. So I just kind of wanted to start things off by saying, man, I really appreciated both of those projects that you were obviously very deeply involved in.
Oh man, thank you so much. That's great to hear. I mean, Robert Finley's the real deal. He's a Louisiana soul and blues singer, and he's touring. He's going to be touring all year. It's really exciting for him.
I will absolutely see that man. I mean, it was like, because as I'm listening to that record, I'm thinking to myself, why did I not know of this man before? Why do I have to live under a rock? You know what I mean? Like, it was that kind of, why haven't I been able to be a fan of this guy sooner?
Oh man, he is just like next level. He just like shines on the stage. It's crazy.
Cannot wait. Well, let's get back to Black Keys stuff. And we just got the brand new song from you guys, Wild Child, all right? And I love it. Now, listen, I've always thought that there was a really awesome groove in all of the Black Keys songs for the most part. But this one, I would even consider it funky, as a matter of fact. Would you yourself, the creator of that song, call it funky, sir?
I would definitely call it funky.
Yeah.
Or maybe funky with an O, funky.
Oh, that's even another level. But I do, man, like there is just a little bit of that sort of infusion in there that really, I think, differentiates it. What was this like the first song that was recorded? Was this one of the last ones that was written? How did this come about, when it comes to the rest of the album?
I think the record is pretty varied. There's songs on there that are like the first take, just like super raw. improvisation. Like we just left all the mistakes in there. But Wild Child, we probably took the longest to construct. You know, we had a different chorus, and we ended up going back and changing it. But you know, but at the foundation of the song is just definitely just Pat and I in a room together, improvising, coming up with songs, just like kind of making it up off the top of our heads. But you know, it's funny that you say that. I think this is the first Black Keys song that has wah wah pedal on it.
Oh, wow. See, and I don't have the trained musical ear to pick that out, but that would make sense.
Absolutely. That's so funny that you said that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Because I'm listening to it and I'm thinking to myself, like the first time I heard it, I was like, I'm moving my butt cheeks in a way that, you know, man, it's pretty great. You know, I'm dancing in my chair. I like that I made you laugh, Dan. I really do. So, you know, one of the things that I read too about you and Patrick being back into the studio, the album also too, and I can't forget, is going to be called Dropout Boogie. It'll be out on May the 13th. But I was really interested to see, I'm always fascinated with how bands write their stuff. And you know, what I had read was that, and it kind of, you just said it, is that you and Patrick, you go into the studio, you just kind of, for lack of a better term, you kind of riff off each other and you come up with these songs. You don't go into the studio with anything kind of already etched out. Is that correct?
For the most part, yeah. I just think it's a really important part of who we are, is that improvising, because it's like a natural take, like straight from the gut, you know? And it's like, it just highlights the natural connection that we've always had. It's the reason we've been playing the music for so long, 20 plus years. I mean, we started playing when we were 16 and 17, and we kept it up because it was so much fun. It's just always been fun. It's easy, you know? Like sometimes it's real work making music with certain people, you know what I mean? But yeah, if you're lucky, like Pat and I were, you could find someone where it's just like instant.
Talking to you, why do you feel like garbage? Because you may be suffering from low testosterone. What are the symptoms? Tell me, Rizz. Well, low energy, low motivation, tired all the time, you gained a lot of weight, you lost a lot of muscle, you're feeling anxious, you're moody, you're irritable, mental clarity is all over the place, low libido, which could hurt relationships. Fellas, there's a place for us. It's called Mentality. Mentality Health. They're going to help you out. They're a local healthcare facility that specializes in helping men feel and perform at their very best. Board-certified physicians provide a full physical, consultation, blood panel analysis, all during your first visit. So let's see what's going on inside you. The results, your energy comes roaring back. Your belly fat burns off. You feel like yourself again. You're confident. You're driven. You're ready to tackle life. Be the dad who can keep up with the kids. Be the husband your spouse knows you can be. Feel and perform like you did 5 or 10 years ago, whether it's at work, at the gym, or at home. So stop settling for a fraction of your potential. Mentality is your chance to take back control. Chesterfield and South County. MentalityHealth.com/radio. MentalityHealth.com/radio.
The great battles of our time. Man versus nature, intellect versus instinct. Burrito versus butthole. Here in this fortress of solitude, we reflect and ponder tough questions about life and ourselves. And the toughest question of all may be, what do I wish I could accomplish before I die? Mine eyes have seen the glory. The proverbial bucket list. Why is it called that? Do you have one? Should you have one? If so, what should be on it? Let's dive into those questions today on the Number 2 Show. You know, they've always said to think outside the box, but here, inside this box, we've had some of the most profound reflections. They say inspiration strikes in the most unexpected places. Sir Isaac Newton, an apple tree. Archimedes, a bathtub. Me, well, let's just say there's a reason I'm broadcasting from a bathroom stall. The bathroom. More than just tiles and toiletries, a vault of solace, a chamber of reflection. Ever think about how much history, philosophy, and yes, even strategy have been contemplated in spaces just like this? I'm pretty sure when Bill Shakespeare wrote To Be or Not to Be, he carved it with the quill on a bathroom stall before he put pen to paper. How many of you have had those aha moments in the restroom? Think about it. You're all alone, free from distractions, and suddenly the answer to that problem you've been mulling over becomes as clear as the bathroom tiles. Recent studies, and by studies I mean a quick poll of a few of my friends, reveal that bathrooms are like unsung brainstorming chambers of the household. I'm pretty sure if we placed whiteboards in showers, we would have solved world hunger by now and probably perfected teleportation. But today we are switching gears to contemplate life's big picture, the journey. Which brings us to today's main topic. Follow me through the glory hole as we explore the bucket list. It's a concept most of us are familiar with, but how many of us truly understand its origin? The phrase kicking the bucket has been around longer than we might think. But why a bucket, and why kick it? Historians theorize about a grim tie to execution, public hanging, to be more direct. With kicking our own bucket away as the last thing we do before we die. That's a stark contrast to the delightful and daring dreams we jot down in our little dream journals before we go night-night. Eventually, we flipped the bucket over, took a seat, dropped a deuce, and got to thinking, what do I want to do before I die? Take my pal Rizzuto. He's always dreamed of drop-kicking a mofo. His dreams may be violent and small to us, but they're big to him, and there are plenty of people running around out there that could use a nice double dragon Van Damme style drop kick right to the side of the
Basement Systems, the all things basement-y experts. Since 1986, their family has been serving our entire St. Louis area, Springfield, Illinois, and everywhere in between. Not just with the basement stuff, but of course, the basement waterproofing, the egress windows, anything you need down in your basement, especially with all this water dumping down on us. Maybe you didn't have any issues last year, but now you do. That's how houses work, and this is our biggest investment. You want to make sure you take care of it with the best, because these kind of problems with our home are not going to get better with time. They get better with woods. And if you need any concrete leveling issues, maybe your driveway's sunken, maybe your sidewalk or your front porch, like mine. My front porch was a disaster. Well, guess what? MoDOT and IDOT both call Woods Basement Systems when they need help lifting concrete, highway slabs. And if they can do that, they can fix your driveway, and you can use it the same day. That's exactly what happened with my front porch, and I can't be more excited because they fixed it for good. They installed piers. It wasn't just like, a temporary fix. So call Woods Basement Systems for any of these kind of issues that you may have. Woods Basement Systems, the all things basement-y experts. There's a special website and a special offer waiting for you at moonloveswoods.com. That's moonloveswoods.com.
Who is Trailer Trash Tammy? What happens when you combine random internet trends into a single video? What is a mukbang? And are we so desperate to be distracted from our own reality that we resorted to binging videos of people shoveling anything edible into their face hole? More on that today on The Number 2 Show. Welcome back to The Number 2 Show. Today, forget sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby. We've got something that tops them all and is twice as indulgent. Mukbangs. Mukbangs sound like something that would require a lot of explaining if your mom caught you watching one on the family computer. But turns out it's not something you find on Pornhub. It is kind of like food porn, though, where you witness the hard pounding of thousands of calories. So follow me through the glory hole for today's main topic, mukbangs. Mukbangs aren't for the faint of heart. It's culinary hedonism broadcasted in HD. We've got professionals like Nick Avocado eating his view count in calories, or amateurs deep-throating corn dogs like they're auditioning for Bret Michaels' Rock of Love. Gives a whole new meaning to the song on Skinny Bob. And if not these two things, then there's whatever the hell this is.
Hi guys, today we have dragon breath puffs and liquid nitrogen.
There's a lot going on in this video. Is it a cute cat video, ASMR, a mukbang? Are we even allowed to assign conventional labels to our videos anymore? Let's just say this video is genre fluid. Blowing on liquid nitrogen, I guess to cool it off. It's negative 320 degrees, lady. I don't think you're going to burn your tongue. I like how it says, this is so much fun. But for who? Is this entertainment? I don't know, but I am rock hard, so there's something happening here. But not all mukbangs are gluttonous or bizarre. They have evolved into people just eating and reviewing food while having entertaining conversations. To help us understand this phenomenon, the queen of the mukbang herself, my spirit animal and yours, please welcome Trailer Trash Tammy.
How's everybody doing? Hey, Rafe, thanks for having me, man.
Hey, good to have you here. Side by side, like Thelma and Louise.
Yep.
Tammy, I've kind of lined out for people what a mukbang is as far as the definition, but as an expert on successful mukbanging, because anyone can go out and do it, what are the key ingredients that make a successful mukbang?
I'm glad you asked, man. Couple things. First off, the camera needs to love you. Okay? You need to be personable to the camera. Don't get in front of the camera and get all shy. And no, you got an audience watching you eat, man. You got to give.
If spring cleaning has you thinking about spring upgrading, this is the month to do it. Freshen up your home's look, boost your energy efficiency, and save big during Universal Windows Direct Spring Home Improvement Event. Right now, it's their classic fan favorite offer. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there's no limit. Need 4, you pay for 2. Need 12, you pay for 6. You get the idea, but this month the savings does not stop there. For a limited time, Universal Windows Direct is also offering no interest till 2030. That's right. Upgrade your home today, and you don't pay a cent in interest for 6 whole years. It's the easiest way to start your project now without the financial pressure. And here's the real spring surprise. Get a bonus 500 smackers off your entire home improvement project. That's $500 off. There's never been a better time to bundle and save. So if you've been thinking about adding maybe an entry door or some vinyl siding along with your window replacement, do it now. Take advantage of the savings. You'll love the way your home looks and feels with Universal's professional team handling everything with precision and care, and their exclusive Super Spacer tech helps keep your windows performing better and lasting longer, keeping your home more comfortable year-round while cutting down those utility bills. So what are you waiting for? Upgrade your curb appeal, increase your energy savings, and take the big projects with confidence. Schedule your free in-home estimate today. Call 314-334-2522 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com. And like me, you will be saying, I love my windows.
All right, so here we are backstage, way back PointFest, and we are absolutely thrilled. Myself, Mr. Jeff Burton.
Thank you. It's thrilling to be here with you. Oh, you're talking about them.
Right. Noodles and Peanut, gentlemen, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming back.
You guys get along like me and Noodles get along.
Yeah,
I can see that. Sure.
I mean, like, we have known each other for a long time.
Yeah,
like,
kind of the same, right?
I mean, he was at my bachelor party, for goodness sake, so you know what I mean?
Oh, nice. No stories, no backstories?
There's a lot.
How much tape you got in the thing? With the thing there. How much?
And it's really similar because me and Noodles should have known each other for a really long time.
We should have.
Yeah.
We're
That's exactly the same.
Kindred spirits. As soon as we get together, we really do just.
Yeah, we click really nice.
Well, how long have you guys known each other, though?
10 years now, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, that's when
from
we
touring.
did the first tour.
Yeah, but we didn't really start hanging out until we started doing press together on this run.
That's when we solidified our bond.
Well, we recognized genius and humor.
That's right.
Yeah.
Shared.
Yes. He's one of me.
Exactly.
So you guys are hanging out socially then, outside of
we're
this
not.
stuff?
We're not.
Yeah. And same in the band. We're burning each other out.
Yeah.
Can't wait to not see those guys for a while. But this is perfect. This is the perfect relationship. We see each other for press. We see each other on stage.
Yep.
We put food on each other's table.
There we go.
Yep. And we like flat black glasses.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know, every friendship has to have a base. You know what I mean?
And a border.
Right.
Have boundaries
And a
as
safe
well.
word.
How long did it? How long did it take for this to come together? You know what I mean? Like, did it just?
tour?
Yeah. I mean, because it seems like thick as thieves at this point.
Yeah, well, we did it, like I said, what was it, 9-10 years ago? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem
even
like it was that long.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
It's longer than we thought it was.
Yeah.
But you know, it had been too long. We know that these, even though we're two very different sounding bands, we still kind of pull the same crowd in. The crowd loves both bands, which is great. Then we added Gym Class Heroes. They're different than either of us, and the crowd's showing up early and loving them too. It's been amazing.
At this point, is it a
show though? Of course, is like going back to. We've been doing this show for 20 years. It's great. I mean, we know all these guys.
Well, you know what? And since you're going down that road, I'm going to go down that road. First time I interviewed you guys was in your tour bus on the back of the road of the street behind the Other World. I don't know if you remember that, but your drummer at the time sitting over there playing video games like this, and I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, I just got into radio about 6 years ago, and I'm already interviewing a guy named Noodles. I can just retire.
Perfect.
Yeah,
it was the best. And with you, people out there are talking about, I saw them here, I saw them there. Springfield, Missouri, a tent like this in like 92 or some crap like that.
Yeah,
you guys were
93.
even killing it then.
Yeah, I think they were like introducing Zima. I mean,
Yes,
one of those shows, there was
Right
buckets and buckets of Zima. And people are like, what is this stuff that I keep drinking over and over?
It's Royce Jewelry, ninjabling.com, the exclusive jeweler of the Rizz Show.
Good times, it's Royce, not just for the gift receiver, but for the gift giver. You want to know that you got the most value for your money because, you know, whatever jewelry purchases they're big purchases, especially an engagement ring. And this is the season. 'Tis the season to be thinking about that,
Engagement
planning
season,
that.
yes.
And pulling that trigger. And listen, Morris Royce makes you feel at home because they are family owned and operated, super highly respected, not just from consumers, but from businesses all around town. They've been doing this for 40-something plus years. Private showroom, and that's just the beginning. Nobody's working on commission, so there's not like some sales hawk trying to shake you for all your change. It's just a fun, feel-good experience, and you know that you come out of there with like an original piece that's super cool that everybody's happy with.
Show the one you love you actually care. And you didn't cheap out.
Nope.
You didn't go to a less than reputable place. More Choice Jewelry, everything's on the up and up. Been around for 40 years now. More Choice Jewelry, the exclusive jeweler of the Rizz Show. Ninjabling.com, where you get the jewels and not the shaft.
We are backstage at PointFest, and I am absolutely honored and incredibly nervous, as a matter of fact, to have the pleasure of speaking to Alice in Chains. Gentlemen, thank you so very much. It's really great to see you here today.
Why is he nervous? Is he owes money or something?
I do not. I do not.
You slept with my wife, you son of a bitch.
Oh. See, none of those kinds of things other than just your random fanboy saw you in 93 at Lollapalooza,
That's all right.
all
That's
of that sort of
acceptable.
thing, you know?
All
But
good, man.
It's really great to have you here. And, one of the things that, in reading about the new record, it seems like the excitement level is more than just kind of like, of course everybody says the nice things when their new album is about to come out.
Not everybody. Not everybody, man.
Well, but it seems like there is genuine excitement about this particular project. Can you tell us a bit why? Yeah.
Well, we don't do records every year, so it takes a while. So when we get one out, it's like, all right, they actually did one. It's been about 5 years since we put a record out, so the response to the one has been really strong. We've been having a great time playing it. People seem to enjoy it, so it's all good. We've been lucky enough to be able to still be doing this. You still get to go cool places.
Talk about calzones, delicious calzones that are made for you when you order them. You can customize if you want. Sauce on the side, they love when you come in and look at their menu and say, I could do this better. And then you make your own calzone. That's why they have it listed up there, a do-it-yourself. However, if you are somebody who likes to stick to a menu, the spread of calzonage that is happening at Sauce on the Side is epic. And if you haven't been ever, shame on you. And if you haven't been in a while, it's time to go back. They have delivery options. They have patios when it's nice. They have beer. They have stuff for your children if you have some of those, or maybe you're eating salads, but somebody else in your life is eating calzones and they're on a strict calzone diet. There's something for everybody. Gluten-free options as well. And there's always a special. There's always something going on at Sauce on the Side. And because it is April, the strike zone is back. This is the apple bratwurst, the applewood bacon, the pepper and giardiniera mix, the mozzarella and Havarti cheese, and then they serve it with a house-made queso on the side that you can just dunk at your leisure. So please, for the love of God, the love of everything stuffed in bread, go get a calzone today at Sauce on the Side.
That's right. Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
Dude, this sucks. Hey, welcome back to the farm. So a couple weeks ago, a storm blew through and knocked a big ash tree down. So I got a tree that I need to kind of get rid of, or at least saw down a little bit. So, of course, I got the pro, Mark from Colonel Landscaping, with me. So, Mark, not only
yes, sir.
Do you put trees in,
yes, sir,
but you take trees out.
Yes, sir. Full service.
So you see what we got here?
Yeah. So I think it might have been dead before it fell.
Yeah. But who knows what kind of wind blew it over? We just came down here and it was it was felled.
Yes, sir.
So we need to cut it down. We need to kind of haul it out of here. So
we'll cut it into some manageable pieces.
Cut it into manageable pieces and then
just
just haul it out to somewhere, a burn pile somewhere. So what should we do?
We're gonna get it into small enough sections, move it in by hand. Since we're on a pretty steep slope here, we're not getting anything else down there, so it's gonna take a little
elbow grease?
A little hauling ourselves.
How old do you think this thing is, or was?
It's 60 plus.
60 plus years old?
Oh yeah.
So I guess we should just start sawing pieces off and make them manageable sizes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, you got a fun job. All right, so Mark's gonna keep sawing. We're gonna cut that tree down into small pieces. Using the chainsaw was awesome. Dream come true. So thanks to Mark from Colonel Landscaping. I'm sure there are more projects to do around here. There's always something to do around here. See you next time on the farm. All right, we've made our way to the supposed cemetery. This is where my kids say they heard some weird stuff. The dog won't go near here. So I'm assuming this in here, something's buried or something's going on here. There's a weird kind of creepy gate, which I don't know if this is locked, but let me try to find maybe a headstone or some kind of grave marking. Listen, there's got to be a reason why there's barbed wire around this place, and it's been fenced off, so. Let me consult I have a ghost hunting app. Is there a ghost here? Are there any spirits in the area? If there's somebody here, I don't know, I could feel it. I kind of just got a shiver. If there's somebody here, show me a sign. Did you hear that knocking? Spirit, do it again. Are you a human or animal? Oh, you hear that scratching? Make that sound again. Oh, I hear scratching. Am I close to your gravesite? Are you buried in here? Man, I don't know what's here. I don't like it. I don't like it.
And if only you could make a deal with God, I know we'll eat places. Been running up that road, been running in my heels, been running on the buildings and those places. If only could. That was Kate W. Bush, Running Up the Hill.
All right, fellas, I'm talking to you right now. It's time to go to Victory Men's Health. It's time to get your life in order and just to find out what's going on inside you. Go over there, and they will do a test that they can actually take an inside look at what's happening to your body. And Rafe, Moon, and myself, we've gone over there, and I've been there for years now, and I'm so grateful I've been there that long because when I first went in, they found out I was low in testosterone. I was all kinds of deficient in all kinds of vitamins, but they took care of that, and now my levels are incredible. where I can actually go in there now, and it's just I keep getting that month by month, checkup, and it's absolutely incredible over there at Victor Men's Health. And you can go to victormenshealth.com and see what we're talking about. I mean, they got every kind of option you need to help get your life longevity and all that to work together properly. And that's what Victor Men's Health is going to do. They're your teammate, and they're going to help you grow. If you're struggling sexually, maybe you have ED, go to Victor Men's Health. They can treat that. And in fact, they even teamed up with a cardiologist right here in St. Louis, and they're now offering cardiovascular testing so they can get that looked at. And that's the #1 killer in the world. So get that checked out now. Preventative care wins every time. Go to victormenshealth.com. Get yourself in shape. Go to victormenshealth.com.
For us, appreciate all tuning in. Make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, today's podcast sponsored by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Today's podcast is titled,
Just Put a Bucket Under Me.
Oh, yikes.
Didn't like that.
Nope, still don't like it. In fact, I hated to be reminded about it.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to fit in with the things you guys say.
What are you talking about? You're dirtier than anybody.
That's also true.
All right, Moon, what else you got?
CanYouFeelThePunkTonight.com.
Okay, Lern.
Follow me on the socials at Lern versus Radio. It's Katz, it's Tim, it's Lane Narrows, it's these guys that they don't even know I'm posting about them because they don't check social media.
I'll check a
Thanks.
social.
All right, Rafe.
Peoria, the pride of Peoria, Rafe Williams returns April 11th and 12th at the Jukebox Comedy Club. Go to jukeboxcomedy.com and get your tickets. Do you like stories, jokes, and amusing anecdotes?
Yeah.
Well, have I got a show for you. Check me out this weekend at Peoria.
All right, Scott.
If you want to stare at me for a while, watch the Clownvis to the Rescue tonight on YouTube, and it'll be happening at 8, and it's a good time. So follow me, King Scott Rules. You guys have a great day.
People will be looking at you like in Rizz Olympics, how you were staring at whatever you were staring at for that staring contest.
All right,